Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and I believe we are now officially live. Sorry for the delays, my laptop decided it wanted to update and my pillar's really annoying me because it's not straight, let's move that. But yeah, we are officially live for the Chelsea versus Manchester United watch along. Big game. I think if Man United win this game, top four looks really promising. If we lose this game, I do think we'll be in a top four battle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the team up on the screen. We'll talk about the team because we've got about 5 minutes, 10 minutes till kickoff. What I'm actually going to do is just put the score on the bottom as well. Chelsea 0-0 Manchester, so I can update the score when it goes up. Manchester United. There we go. And we'll add that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss the team news. Now the team has come out. Let me get the team up on the screen. Sorry, I'm a little bit late to the stream today. The computer was like, no, I'm going to update. I'm going to update just before we stream and just be really annoying. But let me share my screen when this decides to load, which is not going to be great. Lineups. Here we go. Click on the game. Here we go. Okay. Let me share my screen with you guys. Share screen. I'm still new to streaming, so if there's any problem with the mic, the camera, literally let me know because, again, just there could be some issues. But that should be on your screen there. Is that all good? Okay. Alice, if we played with inverted fullbacks and 3-8s, where would McTominay play? Good question. Not really sure. Yeah, I've looked. So my first thought when looking at the team is, for myself, where is Eric Bailly? I think this was the team we all expected to see. I think it was, I'm not surprised by the team whatsoever. But there is a big question over where is Eric Bailly. Like, I like Lindelof, I like Maguire, but not together. And I do think, Lindelof is a bit of a liability. I'm happy that Scott's in instead of Matic. I think he just offers a little bit more going forward. I'm hoping Mason will play centre and Rashford on the left because Rashford could cause Hudson-Odoi maybe some problems defensively wise, and I think Rashford's a better player on the wing. But if we go through the line, you've got David De Gea in goal, you've got our best fullbacks playing, Maguire playing. I think the big thing is Bailly should play over Lindelof, or Bailly and Lindelof play over Maguire. I think Bailly had to play Scott and Fred, and the thing is, Scott and Fred versus the big six teams. We haven't scored an open play goal against the traditional big six teams this season. The only goal we got was that penalty versus Spurs. And is it because Scott and McTominay sit too defensive to protect the defenders, meaning Bruno gets isolated, Bruno can't get involved in the games against the top six. And, we don't really score against the top six. So that does worry me that he's still going with the Scott-Fred system, but I guess he doesn't want to risk Van der Beek in a game like this, which is a shame, because I do wish Ollie as a manager, I do like Ollie and I will back him, and my mouse is stuck, but I do wish Ollie as a manager would take more risks. Rashford, Daniel James, and Greenwood. Now I understand why he's playing Daniel James on form, but I feel like Martial should have played. I know Martial hasn't been great, but I thought he was actually decent against Saucy. I didn't get a goal. I think in a game like this, with such experience at the back, I would have actually played Martial on a 9, and a lot of people would disagree with me on that. But myself, I would have played Martial. And let me know your thoughts on the team in the comments, and let's see your score prediction as well. Let me put my screen back to full. We have about 3 minutes to kick off. My screen is going to be like a minute behind, so if there's like a penalty or anything, I'm not going to look at the chat, just doesn't get spoiled. But let me have a look at your comments. I think Chelsea wins as the 12th player. It's a counter-attacking lineup. It is. I think Manchester United are going to win. Very sure. Cavani will score. Dan Kelly, thank you for the super chat. Rashi or Mason striker. I like to see Mason as a striker, but I think Rashford's obviously a little bit more experienced in that position for sure. But thank you very much for that. Greenwood should play centre, Rashford on the wing. That's what I think. I think Greenwood's obviously the number 9 up and coming. So I think myself, I'd rather see Greenwood 9. But I worry in this game, I don't think Fernandes is going to get much service. I think Fernandes could be a ghost in this game with McTominay and Fred sitting deep. So there's going to be a massive gap because McTominay and Fred, I think, are going to sit so deep that there's going to be a massive gap between Bruno and McTominay, which means I feel like Mason Greenwood might not get much service in this game. Alice, I've been a fan since 2020 February. Love your content. Thank you, Sid Imram. I remember you commenting on some White Earliest videos. I do know who you are. And Man United Let's Go says, I'm so nervous. Now, the thing about this game is, I have a feeling it's going to be a 0-0 or 1-0. Like I think like Chelsea haven't really conceded much defensively on Tuchel. They're not the best at creating chances. I feel like it could be a penalty goal to win it. I generally think it's going to be a 0-0 or 1-0. Let me know your score predictions. I will turn my TV up one, but we got kick-off in about a minute and a half. But I am very nervous about this game. I have a fear it could be a little bit of a boring game. You know, we haven't been great against the top six or the traditional top six. Everyone's saying Greenwood's playing on the right and Rashford up front, but I think you want Rashford to play, you want the ball a lot. I think you've got to put Rashford on the wing because I feel like, you know, in these kind of games, I feel like Mason, whoever's playing striker, and Fernandes won't get much of the ball. 1-0 United. Yeah, my prediction myself is 1-0 to Manchester United. You missed a super chat. I am your first super chat. Told Eunice watching with you today. May the best team win. Did I miss the super chat? I've got one up here from Dan Kelly saying Rashi or Mason striker. That's the only super chat I can see. If I've missed another one, I'm really sorry. Oh wait, I did. I'm very sorry about that. I'm your first super chat. Told you Eunice watching with you today. May the best team win. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very sorry for missing your super chat there. I did not see that, but yeah. Can we stop the Chelsea winning streak? I'd love to get Chelsea's first loss under Tuchel. You know, Ollie has beaten Tuchel. Whenever Ollie's played away to Tuchel, he has beaten Tuchel. You've got to bear that in mind. Ollie's other thing about winning against Tuchel away, and I think this is a massive game. Chelsea haven't created much, which means like I don't know if I see Chelsea scoring. I feel like Werner could win a penalty. He gets in between our two slow centre backs, a Lindelof and Maguire mistake, or we get a penalty. I'd love Bruno Fernandes to have a good game, but I don't think he's going to get much of the ball because obviously they're like, oh, Bruno Fernandes don't perform against the top six, and it's just like the way we set up is to counter attack. I would say it's on Bruno. I think this is a game for Chelsea to make a statement. I think they're coming at us. Chelsea did beat Atletico, and Atletico set up in a very similar way to us, quite counter-attacking, but I think Atletico a bit more defensive. And no Savage, you're not late. Rashford and Bruno will score 1 goal each. I'd love that. For me, I think 1-0 win United is my prediction, and Bruno's going to be involved in that goal. He is. Whether it be a penalty, whether he'll get assist, I think Bruno will be involved in the goal we score. But I do think it's going to be a tight game. And I think if there's no goal in the first half for either team, it's going to be a boring second half for sure. Got to be careful. Tuchel knows what Ollie is about. Counter FC, so hopefully we are still about to get past them. Yeah, good point. All right, they're just taking the knee. I think I am a little, like maybe a minute behind, by the way, because obviously I'm watching on the app because my TV doesn't connect to the aerial, so I have to watch on the Xbox, use the apps, and I still watching TV downstairs. But kickoff has happened, and United have started with kickoff, and hopefully we win the game. I'm actually happy McTominay's back for a change. Well, I like McTominay, but he's just better than Matic. Daniel James starting is an interesting one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Daniel James starting. He's been impressive lately. I mean, we are going to cancel that Chelsea, but I don't think they're going to leave much space in behind. Got to be careful. Tuchel knows what Ollie. Maguire and Lindelof guaranteed mistakes. I do worry about the centre-back pairing, especially with Werner's pace. Werner isn't playing, is he? Giroud's playing. Maybe that'll be better. You know, I think Maguire will be fine with Giroud if he sticks with him. Your thoughts on the lineup? Yeah, I just gave my thoughts on the lineup. I'm happy with it because I knew it was what we're going to go for, but I would have played Bailly over Lindelof 100%. That's the only thing that annoys me is the centre backs because I think we're going to sit back very, very deep, and if we try and play out from the back, we could struggle to get out from our half. How deep the centre backs could be. My prediction was on point for the last match, so I'm going with a positive one. We'll win 2-1. Okay, Ash. I hope you're right again. I hope we win. You're about 45 seconds behind. Yeah, I'm about 45 seconds behind on here, so I'm sorry about that. So if there's any big calls out, I won't look at the chat so you get my actual reaction. And I'll update the score at the bottom. But we are a minute and a half in, and Chelsea passing around the back. It's Mendy in goal and not Kepa, which is annoying. I was kind of hoping Kepa would play because he's shit. But Mendy's in playing. Man Utd got the ball on the attack. Greenwood touched it down. Bruno. Oh, it's given away. Almost past James. Chelsea on the attack, playing the ball right. Hakim Ziyech will want to make a statement today. I do worry about Hakim Ziyech. Lindelof versus Mount. Giroud. That's a goal kick. He's not. He's giving. Is that a corner? Maybe I didn't see that. We want one thing. James on form should have had his chance. Diallo from 60 minutes. Yeah, I wish Diallo played more minutes versus Real Sociedad. But James is on. First half, I'm going 1-0 to Chelsea with Giroud scoring. I mean, if Lindelof is picking up Giroud, he will probably score a header. But if Maguire deals with Giroud, we might be right. I do worry about Ziyech because Chelsea have struggled to create, but they've had a lot of the ball, and now they're probably the best creator in Ziyech, who hasn't played much this season. He's had injuries, hasn't been his best, but I think Ziyech could make a statement today. And I think Mason Mount's a threat. I think Ziyech and Mason Mount could cause us problems, and I think our two centre backs cause problems. Mount with the corner takes it short. I think that's Hudson-Odoi. Bruno lets it go for a goal kick. Well done, Bruno. I'd love Bruno to just do something, like just have a brilliant game today, because a lot of Chelsea fans are like Fernandes, he won't show up in the big games, like Bruno is rubbish, Havertz better, and so I'd love Bruno to show up today. Not all Chelsea fans, of course, it's just a few of them like going on their TikTok like, oh, Bruno's crap. Which player are you most scared about in the Chelsea lineup? You know what, I generally think Hakim Ziyech's going to have a good game. I'm worried about Hakim Ziyech completely. Who's the most handsome in United? Dan James is quite good looking. So is Greenwood. So is Brandon. Scotty. I don't know. I'd say Dan James. Hello, is this your first live stream? This is my second watch along on the Alice Talks Football channel. So I will have a look at your chat and read out some of your questions and stuff. So fill them in. If you have any thoughts on the games, what's going on, rest decisions, put them in the chat and I will have a look. If you're new to the chat, hit that like button, subscribe down below, share this video with your friends, and yeah, put your score predictions in. It's the game. I just worry this could be a boring game. I'm not going to lie. I do worry it's going to be a boring game. But maybe we can get Bruno a penalty, go 1-0 up. Then we'll set up to counter-attack, could cause some problems. Like, when we beat Chelsea 4-0 at Old Trafford last season, Chelsea were very dominant in the first half. They got an early goal. They came and attacked us. We won 4-0. Like, an early goal could be very good for us, I think, this kind of game. I'd like Dan James to actually get a goal, to be fair. He is playing well, to be fair. I think this game has potential to suit him if we are set up to counter-attack, but I do worry that Chelsea's quite organised in defence. Thoughts on Dean Henderson wanting playing time? It's a difficult one because both keepers are good, and I don't think De Gea's done enough to be dropped. And, you know, Dean Henderson's been good, but, you know, he's not saved us. He's not performed a miracle because he hasn't had the chance, because he plays in games where he doesn't have many saves to make, which is a shame. Mark Goldbridge collab would be awesome. I mean, if you ever wanted me on, I'd go on, but you probably doesn't know where I am. If you're watching on TV, don't spoil her. She's 45 seconds behind. I am. I've got to watch it on TV in my room if I'm doing a watch along. So I will be like 40 seconds behind. There's Chelsea just passing it on the back, to be fair. I wonder what McTominay will be like today, to be fair. Oh, he's called back for a foul on Mount. That's annoying. McTominay got the ball back in a good position. Hope De Gea has one of the amazing games. He could be crucial today. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think with De Gea I don't have a problem with De Gea. I don't think goalkeeper's a priority, and I don't think if Dean Henderson started every game we'd have many more points, if any. So I do feel bad for De Gea because he seems to be like the target of a lot of media criticism, and I'm like, it's Lindelof and Maguire, not really De Gea from Man United. And Rudiger's just ran around like half our defence. What is going on? What the Rudiger just run rings round us there. And we can't play it out. Dan James has been fouled though. Oh, stupid. Ollie's at the wheel. James' defence so weak. Honestly, I just saw Rudiger run through like half the pitch. Bloody Rudiger. Is Rudiger good? Like, I don't know how I feel about Rudiger, because like, every now and then I hear he's like really good, and every now and then I hear Chelsea fans saying he's crap. Is he just like a form player? Rudiger did what I wanted to do on FIFA 21. Rudiger did what? Fair enough, Fennel. On FIFA, I just run with the centre backs up the pitch sometimes, to be fair. Or with the goalie, if you're like 5-0 up, you want the goalie to score on FIFA. Wan-Bissaka's got the ball, gives it away. Fucking hell. The thing is with us, when we play so deep, we have Fred sitting above Maguire and Lindelof. We can't play out from the back. And like, again, we haven't done anything this game. We can't keep possession, and it's kind of what I predicted. It's just like we're relying on a counter-attack goal, but Chelsea do keep possession most. Oh, I say that, I see it gives it away. It's good, that's how we do. Bruno on the ball, to Rashford, to Bruno. Can't quite just get there. Good thinking by Bruno. Wait, refs paused the game. Has Rashford been fouled? Don't know what's happened. Who's better, Cho or Saka? I'd say Saka right now, but I think Cho has a higher threshold. I generally do. I think like in 5 years' time, I feel like Cho will be better. I like Saka. I think he's a good player, but I think he's better than Callum Hudson-Odoi now. But I do think Callum Hudson-Odoi will be better. It looks like Greenwood does on the right. Nice bit of skill from Greenwood. Good play, gets it to Rashford. I mean, who is centre? Because Rashford's on the left here, and it looked like Greenwood's on the right. I assume Greenwood's centre. Rashford does a bit of skill. Can't get quite past Asby. Chelsea, Preston. I think Chelsea are playing 5 at the back. Or like the 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. Ziyech again running at us. McTominay, well done. McTominay has the ball. Passes it back to Maguire. Lindelof passes it to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's give it away. Oh, McTominay's pushed him over. It looked like so. Oh, they've played it quickly. Mount's on the ball. Mount is looking really good in this game. I'm not going to lie. He looks like sort of the centrepiece for Chelsea. Everything kind of goes through Mount and he kind of flows the ball forward. Why are you wearing blue? Just what I was wearing today. Didn't think about it. If this was a Man City game, it probably wouldn't be a good top to wear because it's kind of Man City colour. No, Frank had personal things against Rudiger. It was due to playing skills. Fair enough. But yeah, just slap a like button. Slap a like on this video. Subscribe down below. Share. Let me know your thoughts. And I think it's gone out for a corner or a goal kick. I did completely miss that because I was looking at the chat. But Man United haven't done anything. We are 9 minutes in. So I'm a little bit worried. Wait, my TV is on the 9th minute. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm on the 9th minute. I'll probably be about 40 seconds behind on the stream. 10 seconds. And then this TV is about 30 seconds behind because I'm on the Sky Go, what they call it. Mount with the corner though. I hate watching Man Utd defend corners with stupid zonal marking. We're a liability at set pieces. Dan James with the ball forward, gets fouled. Ref plays on. Rashford's making a run. Can he get there? Oh, he does. Not sure what he's done. Oh, I saw it showed you he was trying to play Greenwood in. Unlucky. But that was a good decision from Rashford. It just didn't come off, to be fair. I saw what he was trying to do there. The amount of times I see Rashford through on goal and he just makes the bad decision or scuffs the shot. But I think, like, to be honest, I saw what he was trying to do there. And that was a brilliant ball from Fernandes to Rashford. Absolutely brilliant. It just shows what Fernandes can do. Like, even if he doesn't get a goal or assist, he makes a pass like that, which can lead to a goal or assist, or like a second assist. You're 10:29, I'm 10:08, so yeah, I'll 30 seconds behind. Chilwell with the throw. I still say Chelsea have had more with the ball, but it's definitely us to counter-attack. But we do have players like Fernandes and Rashford that, like, we could play crap like we did versus Newcastle for the first 60 minutes, and then Rashford can just score a banger. Fernandes can score a banger. Rashford's offside, his favourite thing. Oh yeah, you're behind. That play just happened. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on here, sorry about that. Do you guys want me to like half share the screen with the score or the lineup, or do you prefer like full screen for this? Pass accuracy 70%. Yeah. I do think Bailly should have played this game because we just play out from the back better with Bailly, and we don't have to sit so deep, and it means that like Bruno can get on the ball and we're just quicker at our passing and all of that, to be fair. So I kind of do wish that Bailly was on the ball. Fernandes has got the ball in a good position, pass it to Wan-Bissaka, pass it to Rashford. Rashford with the cross. Dan James trips up. Goes out for a throw to Chelsea. No, Hudson-Odoi goes out for a Chelsea throw. Do we look better, to be fair? We didn't do anything in the first 9 minutes. We've done stuff in the next 2 minutes. Full is fine. We are watching the game too. Okay, fair enough. Greenwood. No. Ziyech. Ziyech is a player that I think we should watch out for today. Ziyech come out. I think that'll make things happen. Fred's made a good. I don't know. Has Fred won a corner? No, he hasn't. We've won a throw on in a good position. Luke Shaw, actually. I'd like to see Luke Shaw get on the ball a bit this game. He's been pretty good. McTominay passes it to Bruno. Bruno's shot blocked. Rashford. McTominay's been fouled in a good position for a Bruno free kick. So this will be interesting. Will it be a card on Mount? I mean, I'm not really sure what happened. Oh, I think McTominay fouled Mount, actually, to be fair. Has he given us the free kick, though? McTominay gets the ball, but he follows through on Mount. Is it a United kick or... Oh, it's a United free kick, I think. Which is good. Bruno, do what you did versus Liverpool. Whatever happens, wait until she's done. I'm not going to look at the chat until the free kick is done, by the way, guys. And then you can put your questions in. But Rashford, do what you do. Rashford scored a free kick versus Chelsea before. Do you remember that? Rashford's free kick at Stamford Bridge last year was probably the best goal of his career. Like, we all thought Rashford was going to hit the ball into the stands, and then he just smashes it in. So Rashford's, I think, is taking the free kick, probably feeling a bit of nostalgia. Well, Mendy, let's see what the free kick does. I'm not looking at the chat, so... I mean, Bruno can take it. Looks like it's going to be Rashford. Rashford. Oh, what a free kick. Mendy saves. That was Kepa in goal. Maybe it would have been a goal. Good free kick, though. That was a... Honestly, I was about to, like, get all happy and jump up. That's probably the best chance of the game. I know it hasn't come from open play, but first time a keeper's really been tested in this game. Chelsea on attack. Kovacic playing it around. Kovacic is a good player. I think he's quite underrated. Interesting to see Kovacic and Kante and not Kovacic and Jorginho. Is that a defensive move by Tuchel, maybe? Because the Chilwell for Alonso could be a defensive move. De Gea with the save. Ziyech with the shot. Ziyech was a player I wanted at Man United. Oh yeah, Hudson-Odoi literally handballs it. Wait, what's happening? Let me turn my sound up, sorry. I don't know if you can hear the background stuff. What's going on? Is he looking at VAR for a penalty? It'd be classic Man United to get this, and it would trigger the Chelsea fans. And like you've seen them give them. It's a little bit harsh. To be fair, I think it's a little bit harsh because it hits Greenwood's arm as well. But Hudson's always arm shouldn't be there. Like, I think it'd be really unfair to give it, but you've seen them give him. Like, it does hit Greenwood's arm as well. Ooh. I mean, we should have got a penalty against Chelsea in the home tie. Hudson-Odoi is panicking. It looks like it could be given. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat on purpose, guys. What is it? Is he giving it? Hudson-Odoi looks angry. Is he not giving it? He's not giving it. I mean, it would have been... I would have felt... Like, it wasn't blatant, but 2 months ago, that was a penalty. 2 months ago, I guess they're trying to be things. But the thing is, didn't Zuma foul Rashford when we played them at home and we didn't get a penalty? You know, I feel like ever since like they've come out and been like, oh, Man United, they get such easy penalties. We've had 2 or 3 penalties which we should be given, but we didn't get. Which really, like, I do feel like penalty decisions are going against us a lot lately, and like just stupid decisions like the foul on Lindelof at West Brom, and then like Maguire's Burnley goal gets ruled out for a foul. Like VAR decisions are going against us a lot lately, but I do think that would have been a bit harsh. But I mean, you've seen them give ones like that. I think Lindelof got a stupid one against Crystal Palace. I think Bailly did that one. Actually, Bailly did that versus Bournemouth. But a little bit annoying that we didn't get a penalty for that. But it's not blatant for me. It's not one where I'd literally be like, defo pen. I don't know what you guys are saying about the penalty. That's annoying though. I did think he was going to give it the way Hudson-Odoi was reacting. But maybe because Hudson-Odoi was reacting, he just felt bad. I don't know. But we could have had a penalty. But we didn't. But that's a good sign, though. I think United have looked better lately. Might give us a bit. Oh, I say that as Wan-Bissaka literally passes it to Chilwell. I don't know. Wan-Bissaka's passing today has been atrocious. I think he's given the ball away what three times or something. It's actually been awful today. But I love Wan-Bissaka. I'm a big Wan-Bissaka fan, but I think he's going to struggle against his formation, maybe. I mean, it was a handball, and it's one of those that would be given. Some VRs would give it, some won't. Like, it's a handball, but it's harsh. But, like, it's in the rules. You can give it. You know what I mean? I think. Giroud's been fouled. Let me have a look at Twitter. What's Twitter saying about the handball, guys? Twitter. What's everyone saying on Twitter? Penalty. I hate the current handball law, but that Gary Lineker says it's a penalty. I mean, the more I look at it, and the more people are saying on Twitter, people on Twitter are saying it should be a penalty. But I feel like if it wasn't the Man United penalty agenda, we might have got that. Because a lot of people, even like neutrals, are saying it's a penalty. Because it does hit his arm. And I think there's this thing about Man United getting penalties. But Leicester and Chelsea have had more penalties and VR decisions than us. Why does Greenwood not play striker? Yeah, who is playing striker, to be fair? I can't tell, because Rashford's wide and Greenwood's wide. It's like we don't have a striker, and Greenwood, like, I feel like this is a game that Cavani would have suited, actually, to be fair. And I'm a big Greenwood fan. I would love Greenwood to score, because I think he's actually played quite well lately, but he hasn't got the goals and assists to back it up, and he's only got 4 goals this season. I think he's got 3 assists. I'd love Greenwood to score. I'd love Bruno to be involved in a goal just to stop this whole top 6 agenda. I'd like Rashford and Greenwood to get a goal. Rashford and Greenwood to score and 2 Bruno assists would be nice to see. Maybe McTominay to get a banger from the outside of the box would be cool. I feel like I'd love Pogba to play in this game as well. Does anyone know when Pogba will be back? Because I've heard it's more of a couple of weeks than a couple of months. So there is like a high chance that Pogba could be back. What the fuck is that? We're 19 minutes in and we just kick the ball up the pitch for some reason. We're really struggling to play against the Chelsea press. Mendy's just on the ball. But yeah, if you're watching, remember to hit that like button. Subscribe to Alice Talks Up if you're new. Share your thoughts. Bruno gets the ball, but it's given for a foul. Mendy saves it anyway, but I mean that Rashford. We've had the Rashford free kick, which was really good. Good save from Mendy. We've had a penalty that you could argue should have been given. Bruno, we're just not keeping the ball. Good tackle from McTominay. Plays it to Bruno. Plays it to Greenwood. Plays it to McTominay. McTominay gets tackled. Is it a foul? McTominay by Mount or Ziyech. Rashford striker, Green attacking right. No, Greenwood striker, James on the right, Rashford on the left. That's what I think it is, but Greenwood has come right a little bit. Bananas with the quick free kick. James with whatever that was. We're talking about Dan James on the commentary. Should Dan James leave Manchester United or go on loan? He's got 5 goals in his last 9 appearances. What do you guys think about Daniel James? I think he's a good bench player, and I like Daniel James. He's young, he can improve. I just think lacks maybe a footballing brain, and I feel like he's not Premier League winning quality or top 4 quality in my opinion. But I think he's a good player. He's a workhorse. He's someone that you want in the squad if there's an injury, in my opinion. But I like Dan James. But he's not the type of player I'd want to start every week. I don't know what you guys think about Dan James. But I actually do kind of understand why Ole started, not just because of form, but if we are counter-attacking. And the Chelsea defence isn't quick. Mount's got the ball in good position. Does the switch to, is that Callum Hudson-Odoi? Running at Luke Shaw. This is where we get double bombed. Good cross in, Hudson-Odoi. Good shot from Hudson-Odoi, I think. But it's still 0-0, 21 minutes in. It was good play from Chelsea. It's that Mount with a brilliant ball. The thing about Chelsea's formation is I think Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka could get double teamed a bit if Rashford doesn't track back, if James doesn't track back. And to be fair, James does track back a lot. James does his defensive job really well. Fred out and out a real CDM. I think if anyone was going to do a defensive CDM role, I think it would have to be Fred. Now Matic is aging. Because I think when Fred and McTominay play together, you want Fred to be the one staying back and McTominay to be the one doing the runs forward. Because I think Fred defensively is a better tackler than McTominay. McTominay has the physicality over Fred, and I think McTominay's a box-to-box. He's obviously proved he can do stuff. Get McTominay a good shot on the edge of the box, he can finish it. Whereas Fred's shooting. I love Fred, but Fred is the last person I'd want in that Man United team shooting. Oh, like maybe Phil Jones. No, we did play that Europa League game where Fred just popped up 2 goals and assist, and he got a really good assist against Real Sociedad. Actually, to be fair to Fred, but Fred's like a player that He's a good workhorse. We really can't keep the ball, but we've got another throw-in. Dan James hits off Chilwell. We are 22 minutes in. Not much has happened. To be fair, Chelsea had a few good moments of play, but I'd say it's been very equal so far. I will look at the stats at half-time. I will discuss the stats at half-time, so feel free to get questions in for half-time and for now. Greenwood's on the ball. We're just struggling to sort of move the ball because Chelsea are closing us down quite quickly. This game is scrappy. I do agree. It's a bit scrappy game. We need something to happen. This is why we need the penalty. This game needs the goal. Liven up a bit. Because I just think it's going to be a classic Man United top 6 game. I do worry about that. Wan-Bissaka's running up the right, though. Gets it to James. It looks like Greenwood is centre. James gives it to Greenwood, who's kind of on his own. Oh, I don't think Wan-Bissaka's had the best start to this game, to be fair. It's been a bit out of position. I don't think Wan-Bissaka started well. Oh, Fred wins it back to Rashford. Have a shot. What's he doing? Fernando plays it to Rashford. Corner. That was a goal kick. I think it's a goal kick, actually. Kind of wish Rashford had a shot there, to be fair. Good ball from Fernandes. That's what Fernandes does. Like, he won't get the ball much in this game, but that's what he'll do. Like, he'll do that, like, pass, which was a top class from Fernandes. And I think we actually have had the better moments in this game. And maybe we could have had a penalty. McTominay fouls Mount. McTominay and Mount having a bit of a battle today. So both club academy youngsters. I'm pretty sure McTominay had a Mount a bit of a battle the last time they played. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks a bit depressed. They're showing the camera on him. I mean, it's kind of what I expected. I said I couldn't see many goals in this game. I hope it's not a 0-0 like it was at Old Trafford. I would like us to win 1-0 because I feel very comfortable about finishing in the top 4 if we won this game. I think unless there's some disaster like Bruno Fernandes gets an injury and is out for the rest of the season, I feel like if we win this game, we can get top 4. It's like when we played Chelsea at the Bridge last season, I said, we win this game, we're on track for top 4. We lose, we probably won't. And that win at the Bridge obviously got us 3rd and Chelsea 4th because it was a 6-pointer. I think this Chelsea game again is a massive top 4 game. I think Chelsea will want to win so they know they're in the top 4 race, and we want to win so we can feel like we've almost got top 4. Because I think about this season was about slowing the gap between us, City and Liverpool, which we've done. Obviously we slowed the gap between Liverpool, and I think it was just like trying to get top 4 with 2 or 3 games to go rather than wait till the last game of the season to secure top 4. Mount puts a good ball in, but no one there. I do think Werner would have suited this game with just the slowness of Maguire and Lindelof. And I could see Werner coming on if it's still 0-0, 60 minutes in and winning a penalty or something. I do think Werner would have suited this game. I say Mount's probably been Chelsea's best player so much. Whenever he gets the ball, he tries to make something happen. But I guess that's his role. But I think only Bruno, Kevin De Bruyne and Grealish, and I think Luke Shaw are the only players in the league that have actually created more chances than Mason Mount, showing that Mason Mount's really stepped up this season. You know, I wasn't sure about him last season. I was like, he's young, he might develop, but I think the last 6 months he's proved that he's not just Southgate and Lampard's son. I think Mason Mount's actually really looked a lot better. Maguire's on the ball as Man United just sort of tap the pitch, I'm assuming. Rashford. Sure. We passed all the way back. Chelsea are quite defensive, to be fair to them, but Chelsea haven't conceded much. They've got very good defensive shape. Maguire's driving the ball up the pitch to Rashford. I think Rashford looks in the mood. Rashford's always in the mood versus Chelsea, to be fair. I could see Rashford making something happen. Greenwood gets it. Greenwood doesn't have much service, but when he's on the ball, he looks quite comfortable, considering he's up against 3 physical centre-backs. To be fair to Greenwood. We play into Rashford. Corner. He's given a foul. Brilliant. Brilliant. This game is very scrappy, guys. As Ivan Jude said. Put your thoughts in the live chat. Your score predictions. your thoughts on the game so far. It's been pretty. So whenever I do a watch along, it's just a crap game. Like the 0-0 versus Sociedad was my first watch along, and the way it's going, this has got 0-0 and 1-0 written all over it. But McTominay wins it back in a good position. McTominay loses it in a bad position to lose it. Mount plays the ball forward. Ziyech with a Kai Havertz kind of ball that goes out the sideline. That was crap from Ziyech. I rate Ziyech. I think he's a top player. I've seen him in the Champions League. I think he needs to run a game. So he was a player one at United, to be fair. So I do worry. Like I do worry that Ziyech could do something in this game. I don't think he's finished or crap like everyone wants to make out he is. Like I'd have took Ziyech at Man United. I'd have took Werner at Man United and someone. And I still think Werner will be a good player. I think Havertz just needs to get used to their league. I mean, it does show that like the Premier League is a step up from the Bundesliga. Even players like Thiago are struggling. It does make me worry about buying players from the Bundesliga because Upamecano, when he's played English teams in the Champions Leagues, basically got killed off by Rashford, killed off by Liverpool. Like there's a lot of good young players in the Bundesliga, but none of them seem to like step up and do the job now. I don't know what you think about that. Young Bundesliga talents, there's a lot of them, but Thiago hasn't impressed, Havertz hasn't impressed, Werner hasn't really impressed yet, and Werner was the top talent. Upamecano struggled in the Champions League against English teams. I mean, Jules Koundé is my first choice centre back. The more and more I look and research sort of centre backs for linked to, I'd say Jules Koundé is what I want. 100%. We linked to Pau Torres, but he just gives me Lindelof vibes. Left-footed Lindelof, people saying. To be fair, he'd improve us, but would he take us to that next level like Diaz took Man City? Probably not. It's just our board. We're never going to send it back we want. Lindelof's on the ball now. Talking of Lindelof, to be honest, we look quite comfortable in this game. You know, Chelsea, they haven't really done anything. It's Mount gets the ball, Mount tries to do something, but not much really seems to happen, to be fair. Maguire's trying to get the ball and drive it up the pitch. Hits up to Dan James, who keeps that on. Fair play to Dan James. Wan-Bissaka, don't give it away. McTominay. I feel like McTominay's in the mood for this game. Lindelof's passing it to Shaw. Looks like a good ball, I think. Is it a good ball? Yeah, it is a good ball. I think Shaw ran well to keep it in. Keep it in. God, English grammar. My grammar is awful today. Probably because I'm a little bit hungover, but shit. For that Fred on the ball. Oh, Bruno. You sure? It's just scrappy. It's scrappy. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but yeah, just put your things in the comments because I'm happy to just read your guys' comments because this game is looking a little bit like meh. Sick of Maguire bringing the ball forward. He just runs narrow in the gap. The thing about Maguire bringing the ball forward is it's like Luke Shaw, I feel like, is a better ball carrier than Maguire. And I feel like Maguire gets in Luke Shaw's way. Like, I feel like where Maguire's running is where Luke Shaw will be running. And when Luke Shaw runs with the ball, like, I think he does more than Maguire, in my opinion. David De Gea, poor pass. I am like 30 seconds behind, so I've not seen if David De Gea's made a poor pass. This game is just meh. It's just like Arsenal so far. I really hope something changes in the second half, or we just get something like a jammy penalty. We've got 20 viewers in, so hit that like button. Oh, that is a crap pass by De Gea. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Giroud scuffs the shot. Just a crap shot by Giroud, so. Happy got. The thing is, that pass by De Gea, they'll bring that up. They'll be like, if we lose, and it'll be like, say we lose, and it's Lindelof's fault. The media will be like, De Gea's pass, and I'm just like, it wasn't really De Gea's fault. Well, it wasn't that because Giroud does a shit job. We are struggling to play out from the back, but that is our throw on. To be fair, which is good. Apparently it was a Chelsea throw on. It's Christian, Asby, and Rudiger at the back for Chelsea. Are there any Chelsea fans in this stream, or is it just United fans? If you're a Chelsea fan, comment. I want to see if there's any Chelsea fans in the stream and see what your thoughts are. Oh, Fred! Do you know what? Fred tried a forward pass and he almost got Bruno in. And you know what? Like if you lose the ball, try going really close to a good forward pass. I'm not that bothered. It's when like Fred and McTominay lose the ball doing like a simple pass that triggers me. But if it's like a forward pass against talking about passing, Fernandez just I don't know what happened between Fernandez and Rashford. The ball turned out for one. I'm an Arsenal fan, lol, but I want United to win. Yeah, to be unfair, it wouldn't surprise me if most Arsenal fans want United to win because Chelsea are closer to them in the league, plus Chelsea's a London team, so I guess they're more rivals. I mean, I wanted Arsenal to beat Leicester today, and I don't normally want Arsenal to win because I do like the whole meltdown of Arsenal losing on Twitter. It can be quite funny, but against Leicester, I really wanted Arsenal to win today, so I was really happy that Arsenal won because if we win, we'll be in second with 3 points. And for me, I just want to I know we won't win the league. Like if we beat Man City, cool. Okay, we're what 7 points behind them. And like imagine finishing second, 7 points behind City. It would be our best finish since Sir Alex. But I want us to come second. I want us to finish above Liverpool, and it looks like that way. That's a foul one, Saka. Ball. Fernandez is looking a bit bored. To be honest, Fernandez hasn't had much of the ball. When he has, he's tried to do that clever pass, and he's almost played Rashford in twice. But Fernandez and Rashford look like the danger men. Look like they'll make something happen. Shaw could be a threat. Oh, talking of Shaw, he's got the ball on the wing. Greenwood could be a threat, actually. Corner Manchester United. Man United are trying to find a gap, but they are playing too defensive. I completely agree. The thing is, we play Muck-Fred, and I say it so many times on my channel. We play Muck-Fred and Lindelof and quiet, and because Lindelof are slow, Muck-Fred have to sit deep, and we just sit deep and we try and play it from the back. But there's a massive gap between Muck-Fred and Fernandez, so it's harder to get Fernandez on the ball. It's harder to get service to the striker. So you rely on like moments of magic in these games, and because Chelsea is so organised defensively, it could cause us a problem. But Luke Shaw takes a corner. Lindelof it's out by Chelsea. I like seeing us attack corners because Maguire does normally get his head on things, and Luke Shaw has a good delivery. It's just Maguire needs to hit the target. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game so far. We're over half an hour in, and again, 0-0 so far, as most of us predicted, to be fair. Luke Shaw on the ball, one back by Ziyech. Hudson-Odoi. The thing is, Chelsea, when they're on the ball, the only player that actually looks like he could make something happen is Mount. I think maybe we run at Chilwell a bit, because I have heard from a lot of Chelsea fans that Chilwell is quite vulnerable defensively. Both the same. I think, yeah, it's been a pretty even average game. I think if the penalty was given, you know, Man United would be a goal up, assuming Bruno didn't miss the penalty, and Chelsea would be running us a lot more. But the penalty wasn't given. James, look at James just running through his defensive job. I mean, he gets completely bullied by Rudiger. But, sorry, I just burped there, pardon me. But the work rate from Daniel James, you have to admit, he always gives his all. Oh! Giroud came close. It looks like he's hurt his back in the process, but that, on another day, could have been a goal if he hit that. But is Giroud okay? It looks like he's hurt himself in the landing. Luke Shaw out of position a little bit there. Good cross. The thing is, our centre-backs, I mean, he gets in between them. I mean, really good move from Giroud. Doesn't make the right contact, but that really could have been 1-0 Chelsea. That could have been, and maybe should have been 1-0 Chelsea, but the run by Giroud, it was very, very Cavani-esque. I hope he's not injured just from like a neutral fan perspective because he's a good player. I mean, if he's going to score against us, then he can get injured. No, I'm joking. But it was a good cross by Hudson-Odoi as well, to be fair. Let me have a look at the stats so far. Ref owes Man United penalty. Yeah, you could say that. Everyone on Twitter, even the neutrals, going, probably a Man United penalty there. But I think it's because managers like Lampard and Klopp were like, oh, Man United, they get so many penalties. Blah, 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 when Chelsea have had more penalties than us, so, you know. So I'm going to look what Twitter is saying, why they're mending up Giroud. But, you know, that was a very close call there with Giroud. Maybe that's a bit of a warning sign for Man United that Chelsea really could have gone and maybe should have gone 1-0 up, you know. This Chelsea team's hard to break down, but a good ball to Rashford. No, he keeps it on. Ouch. Poor Rashford's just fallen over. This game is just a bit, I don't know, guys. This game is just very like, ball goes off a throw-in, not much happens. And now my camera's like, yeah, I'm not going to focus. Wait, I'm doing this because my camera's lost focus, I think, which is annoying. Hopefully Rashford's not injured or anything, because that would be fun. Your thoughts on Ollie not playing Bailly? I was really disappointed that Ollie didn't play Bailly. I think everyone knows in the fan base that Bailly improves Maguire, Bailly improves Lindelof. Like, it's like Bailly and Lindelof is better than Lindelof and Maguire, and Bailly and Maguire is better than Lindelof and Maguire. And I think Bailly should have played because he allows the pace. He could deal with Giroud better than Lindelof. He could deal with Pulisic better than Lindelof. And he means we can get Fernandes on the ball more because there's less of a gap between midfield and attack. Would you have started Van der Beek instead of Fred? Honestly, to be fair, my camera isn't focusing, which is really annoying me. I will get this focus. I understand why Ollie started Fred. It's a risk. Fred's his engine. I could have started Van der Beek instead of McTominay, maybe, because I think Van der Beek offers a little bit more throwing forward than McTominay. Well, I think if it's 0-0 60 minutes in, Ollie should put Van der Beek on a midfield for either one of Fred, because there's been so many games. Man City 0-0, game was there for the taking. We just stuck with it, didn't make any subs, so it finished 0-0. Arsenal 0-0, Liverpool 0-0. I think all those games were there for the taking for Man United, but we didn't make the subs like those attacking subs. It was very much like Matic from McTominay, whereas I think if you put a Van der Beek from McTominay, it'd be cool. I don't know what's up with my camera. Is my camera blurry for you guys? Like, I'm trying to like, am I like, I don't know, on my screen, because I'm looking at myself on the screen and it went all blurry for a second, which was annoying. Julian B says, I'm so sad. I always look at the team sheet expecting to see Donny and Ollie never gives him a chance. It's the most disrespectful to play McTominay over Van der Beek. I do think, although McTominay's a good player, he's a workhorse, he's got the captain mentality, he works hard, I do think Van der Beek, when he's played in the 6th role, can offer more than McTominay. Like, technically, I think he's a better player. And he's actually younger than McTominay as well. And like, we've seen what Van der Beek could do at Ajax. He was in a Champions League semi-final. He's a great player. I want to see more of Van der Beek, and I want to see more of Eric Bailly, 100%. Okay, it was out of focus, but it's okay now. Yeah, sometimes does that. I think it's because I'm not always looking at my camera. I'm looking at the TV, so the camera just goes out of focus. But I think, yeah, my two criticisms of Ollie, I'll stick in with the same disappointing 11 / his favourites. Like, Maguire had a good 2 awful months at the start of the season, but it never got dropped. McTominay put in some awful performances, never got dropped. And it frustrated me because when McTominay was playing bad, Van der Beek was on the bench and he didn't use him. It's not like there was no one on the bench to use, so he had to play McTominay. I think that's my criticism of Ollie. He does have his favourites. When players are playing bad, he keeps with them. And my other criticism is he's quite late with subs. Daniel James runs at Mendy. Put him under pressure. Mendy has a mistake in him. He's inherited the Kepa thing. Daniel James has been pushed over, but Fred wins it back. Good from Fred. Takes too many touches. Luke Shaw wins it back. Bruno, take a shot. Bruno. Goal kick. Was it corner? Do you think it'll be another 0-0 draw? I said in my predictions, my 5 things to expect that came out 2 days ago, I said it's going to be a 0-0 or a 1-0. But because I'm back in United, and I think Ollie has a better record against Tuchel, I think Tuchel's got to lose soon, I said 1-0 United with like a jammy penalty or just a moment of magic. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a brilliant goal, but I think it's going to be like a moment of magic. We've got a corner now. Scotty and Maguire in the box for the corner. That's always a threat. Luke Shaw with the cross. Chelsea clear it. I mean, our corners haven't been, like, they've been good deliveries, but Chelsea are very good at defending corners at the moment. They've got a lot of physical players. This whole long ball doesn't seem to work against Chelsea because they're winning everything in the air. Fernandes says to Fred, hit it up the pitch, and he hits it backwards. Gotta love that. Wan-Bissaka, I don't know. Wan-Bissaka started a bit shaky, but yeah, I don't think he's done much wrong, to be fair to him. Lindelof looks a bit shaky as well. Greenwood on the ball. Greenwood's had no service today. But then sometimes I do want Greenwood to be in the box a bit more, but he has to come back and get service. Greenwood's just been fouled there. That was so, what? He's playing on. You got to book him. That was such a cynical foul on Greenwood to stop making the run. Ball goes back to Greenwood, though. The Greenwood is drifting out on the right. And I think that's because he wants more of the ball, which is frustrating because I knew that whoever was playing striker was going to get no service today. And it would have been one of those games where I feel like Martial would have got slated, even if he did nothing wrong, because he got no serves. Rashford's on the ball, though. He gets tackled. Maguire's running up with it. That's a Man United throw. That literally came off Hudson-Odoi. He's actually giving the Chelsea throw. Twat. No, he's giving a Man U throw. Excuse my language. Do you like Daft Punk? I mean, I know they are. I don't dislike them, but I don't really like them. It's like, they might come on my playlist every now and then, but I don't really have an opinion on them. They're just like one of those artists where I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's not really an artist I've ever really thought about. James is on the ball. Good opportunity to cross. Good cross from James. Oof, well defended from Chelsea. That was a brilliant cross from James, to be fair to him. Bruno almost got on it, but I don't think we're going to win anything in the air today. The Chelsea's got 3 centre-backs, very physical. We don't look like winning anything in the air today, which just worries me. But I think we actually have been the better team, more on the front foot. Rashford's the ball. Shoot, Rashford. Gone off for a corner. You know what? It's been a bit of a boring game, but we do look the most like scoring. Chelsea haven't done much. The Giroud chance was a warning, but other than the Giroud chance, what have Chelsea done? Like, we do look like the better team. And that's why I say 60 minutes in, if it's like this, take McTominay or Fred off for Van der Beek, give us a bit more attacking threat. Because I know Ollie wants to play it safe and be happy with the draw. But who's taking the corner? Bruno with the corner. Mendy spills it. Fred gets it on his weak foot. What? Oh, Fred lets it get out for a throw on. I genuinely thought Fred kicked off for a second. Mendy has a mistake in him, though. I do think that. He started well, but Mendy's an improvement on Kepa for sure, but I don't think Mendy's a top keeper. Yeah, could be wrong. He's a decent keeper, but he's not like top. We're approaching half time, about 44.5 minutes in. Man United have probably looked the better side, but we haven't done anything too clinical. Yeah, action areas, 21% of possession has been in the Chelsea third, so. But it doesn't really look like much will happen. This is a 0-0, 1-0 game, but I think the game is there for the taking for us so far. But I feel like we attacked a bit more, maybe played buy-in, had a high line, and made a bit more chances we could win. As I say, we've been a better team. Not much in the though, to be fair. We will look at the stats at half time, and you guys can put your chats in and all of that, and let me know what you think. Chelsea kick out the pitch. Wan-Bissaka misses. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's had a great first half, to be fair. Big Wan-Bissaka fan, but he's looked a little bit. I don't know, it looks like he's got a mistake in him today. De Gea gets the ball. Thing is, I think if Chelsea score, it will be from a mistake. I feel like we are very mistake prone, especially at the back. And Chelsea, a lot of their wins have been because of penalties, magic or mistake. They have been a bit like LVG, like Louis van Gaal, a lot of possession. Shaw's making a good run. They foul. That's a foul. No, the ref doesn't see it. Bruno wins it back. Come on, Bruno. Plays it into Luke Shaw. Plays it back into Bruno. Leaves it for James. James doesn't get it. It's annoying. That is annoying. I will look at the chat in a sec. We're just on the attack. Green with the shot. But I will look at the chat in a minute once we finish this attack. Wan-Bissaka with the ball. I'd love us to get a goal before half time. We look like we're just going for it just before the half. Man United throw on. Really annoying there. Is that a foul throw by James? Someone has been fouled? No, he's not. Bruno's angry he didn't get the ball from James there. But Tomlin and Rudiger, what are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. But no, we've looked better. We've ended the second half well. It is a 0-0, 1-0 game, so I predicted it would be. But we've definitely been the better team, and we definitely look like we're pushing for a goal. And I do think, but like I know we're going for a goal, but I do think Bailly for Lindelof would be a good sub to make. This means you can play with a high line. We've got one last chance, maybe before half time, but you'll probably play the whistle. Just Maguire kick it up the pitch. You've got 8 seconds to half time. Greenwood on the ball. Fernandez. Oh, that's Rashford, sorry. Luke Shaw with the cross. And he blows the whistle for half time. Okay, let me have a look at your guys' chat and let me know your thoughts on the first half. I really hope Martial doesn't get sold. If he took penalties last season, he probably would have been top scorer in the league. You make a good point. You got 17 non-penalty goals in the Premier League, and we got like 10 penalties. So he probably would have got golden boot if he took all the penalties and scored them, or at least scored like 80% of our penalties. I like Fred, but he's Newcastle midfielder, not a top 4. Fred, for me, is a really difficult one because I think Fred is a workhorse. He's very good doing that defensive cleanup, running, clearing the lines. But the thing with Fred is he's not good enough to be a CDM on his own. But for a team like Manchester United, if you sit Fred and McTominay deep, it restricts us going forward. And Fred, you know, the top of your defensive box, fine, can clear up. The top of your attacking box, you don't want him there. And I think Fred's a good player. I think he's a decent player. I think he's been one of our better players this season. I think he does a job. But I think in a Man City team, he'd be a bench player. And I think he is like top 4 kind of bench player or depth player. I do agree. But I'm a big fan of Fred, to be fair. Half-time KSC arrived. Hopes it's better than the match. Yeah, well, I hope it's better for you too, Peter. 0-0 is the most likely outcome. I hope it's not a 0-0 because that would be 2 0-0s in a row for Man United, which is boring. Chelsea only has a right wing for attacking. Yeah. And yeah, strikers usually take pens. Yeah, but the thing is with Bruno is he scores so many pens. Do you really want to leave your pens to Martial? Maybe Rashford, a few of them. But with Bruno, you know he's not really going to miss that. With Manchester City, they've missed like 10 penalties this season. I think Manchester City have actually been awarded more penalties than us this season, as well as Chelsea. They just haven't scored them, to be fair. Front 4 pressed really well today, but we can't keep the ball moving. I do agree, actually. I do think we've been a better team. It's not like we've been amazing, but a lot of 6s and 7s. Been a bit of a boring game, but I think especially the second half of the first half, we were the better team. These two games both playing conservative. I absolutely agree. It's like when we played them last time at home. It's like when we played Liverpool. It's like when we played Man City. It's like because we counter against these top 6 teams, they're playing too conservative. They don't want to commit too many players through because they know Ollie's tactic against the top 6. Like everyone knows Ollie's tactic against the top 6 because he's done it for like 6 games in a row. I think Fred is good at what he does, but only that. Even though I rate him, he seems average. Fred, yeah, he's not technical, he's not classy, but he does his job and he does his job well. But I 100% get what you mean. But he's definitely a decent player, but he's not Pogba level, is he? You know, he's not quite that level you want. We miss Pogba. I think Pogba, imagine Pogba coming on from the top in this game, with us looking like we've got a bit more of the ball, we're attacking a bit more, but we aren't creating clear-cut chances. I think Pogba would be great. Are you taking the vaccine? If I get offered it, I'll take it. I don't know when I'll be offered it. Probably not until summer, but I won't say no because, you know, the whole pandemic. We need creativity on the wings. Yeah, that's why I think Sancho would have been a good signing because I think Rashford as a winger, more eyes on goal. Martial as a winger, more eyes on goal. Greenwood as a winger, more eyes on goal. Need a proper striker in Sancho. I don't think a striker makes much difference in this game because maybe for the crosses, Cavani would have got his head in a few because the Chelsea defenders were winning every cross, but I think we do need a proper striker at some point, but I don't think Greenwood's fault. He hasn't had much service. Werner replaces Giroud at halftime for sure. Werner, I think, could cause more problems than Giroud because physically, I think Mark Maguire can deal with Giroud, but none of them can deal with the pace of Werner. And let's be honest, no change for the next 35 minutes, but Tuchel will have something new. Let's have a point at least. Yeah, I get what you mean. I just worry that Ollie will take to the 88th minute to make a sub. And it's just like, I think Ollie has to make a sub at the 60th minute. If it's like how it was the last 15 minutes, in the 60th minute, the game is there for the taking for Solskjaer. I think you'd have to make a sub, but I don't know if he will. Fernandes quiet in the first half. This is why I disagree with you. Fernandes didn't get a lot of the ball. But when Fernandes got the ball, it looked like he was going to make something happen. He did a good ball into Rashford. I think he played Rashford when he was offside, put a cross in. He did that little thing where he left it for Dan James and the Chelsea centre-backs got it back. I think Fernandes has had a quieter game, but I don't think he's been like quiet. Like whenever he's got the ball, he's looked like he's made something happen. He's not having an atrocious game. I'm not a Man United fan anymore because I hate the Glazers and Woodward. I'll always be a Man United fan, but I don't like the Glazers and Woodward. Fred and McTominay are good, but not good enough for starting 11. They are bench midfielders. I think playing Fred against the top 6 sides and realising that we've played, 6-7 games against the top 6 sides and haven't got an open play goal is not a coincidence. Like, we've had a lot of the ball, but we have struggled to break them down. I think McTominay and Fred don't offer enough going forward. I think Bailly and Van der Beek should come on if we really want to actually have a good goal, a good game, play them off the park. But Ollie doesn't want to take the risk. He's too conservative. He likes to go with what he knows. Mohammed says, yo. Plus, they are both box-to-box midfielders, not CDMs. I do agree. I think Fred is more CDM than McTominay, but I reckon they're both box-to-box. Crap first half, but at least the clean sheet is intact. Yeah, I got Luke Shaw on my FPL, so clean sheet would be nice. I don't think Anthony Chelsea plays in FPL. Chelsea build-up is top-notch. I mean, Mason Mounts looked decent. There was a Drew chance, but I don't think Chelsea have been that good either. I think if we don't score, we need Van der Beek. The passing will be good against Chelsea if we babysit the centre-backs. Might not concede, but we won't score either. The thing with Van der Beek was, is that like Van der Beek keeps the ball well. He's used to the press. So I do think Van der Beek would suit this game because we are losing the ball a lot in midfield, like City with possession. That was a penalty. VAR is a joke. I'd rather Van der Beek for Fred and keep McTominay fair enough. I do think a lot of other teams we've got a penalty for that. It wasn't like blatant penalty, but when you look at it, you go, if you're reviewing that on VAR, it's in the rule that that's a penalty, in my opinion. Nothing will change, even if we get Lewandowski or Haaland, because look at how many times we would touch the ball at 9 position. I can see touches. Yeah, 100%. I think the problem with our forwards isn't our forwards, it's the lack of service they get. Miss, you are beautiful. I love you so much. Thank you very much. Why is he not playing by Rees from Mauritius? Oh, you're from Mauritius, Rees. Hello, thanks for watching. And yeah, I completely agree. The one thing that really annoyed me was I looked at the team sheet and I just was like, "What? Why is Eric Bailly not playing?" I'm gonna put my computer's on low battery, so one sec. I'm gonna just turn my computer charger on because I just forgot that I wasn't charging my laptop and I don't want it to die midstream because that wouldn't be fun. So yeah, laptop is now on charge. What I'm gonna do is I'll have a look at Sofa Score, see what the player ratings are they've given for the half, maybe have a look at that. So yeah, let's go to Sofa Score. So let me share my screen with you guys here, and then I'll have a few more looks at your chat. So they've done the half-time ratings so far. Who's the highest player on the pitch? They're giving the Chelsea defenders and midfield 7s because I think we've had the ball more in attack, but Chelsea have defended well. They've given Marcus Rashford a 6.6. See, Bruno's got 6.7. Dan James has been very quiet in this game. And, you know, do you put Martial on at striker and move Greenwood to the right? Because I think in this game it's quite tight that I think Greenwood, you know, Dan James isn't getting a lot of space in behind. He did put a very good cross in, to be fairness to him. But maybe you take Dan James off for Martial. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And Tom and Fred have had an average game. He probably could have got a penalty. De Gea, they given a 6.4. Guess he did that sloppy pass, but yeah. Best player on the pitch, they say, is Callum Hudson-Odoi so far. I guess he put in that chance for Giroud, which was a very good play by Callum Hudson-Odoi. But I mean, if I was to make 3 subs, I'd probably take James off for Martial. I'd take one of Scott or Fred off for Van der Beek, and I'd put Bailly on so we could play a higher line. Or you won't do that, and I wouldn't do all 3 subs at half time. But that's the 3 subs I think I'd personally make myself. Let me know in the comments what you think, who should we bring on. But yeah, I absolutely agree with Reese there. Is that how you say your name? That we are missing Cavani. Let me scroll up because I missed a few chats. See how many of your chats I can read out. We need Sancho, striker, and a centre back. I agree. I do think we need the CDM as well to replace Matic. I like VAR. I think it's fair. Like, it's not one of those decisions where I'm like, that's a penalty, that's a penalty. But I see why that could be given for a penalty. And I'm like, now, the more I look at it, I'm like, maybe we could have got a penalty for that. A lot of other teams would have. And I do think if it wasn't for the whole Man United get too many penalties agenda, it would have been given. Because it is in the rules. But again, it's soft, but it's in the rules. So based on what we've seen VR do forever, that was a penalty. Exactly, literally what I was saying, Ash. I get annoyed that centre-backs, they're too similar. Bailly brings something different, 100% agree. And Bailly has pace. Do you think Zakara would be a good signing? I do think Zakara would be a good signing. I think he'd also be better value than Rice and DD. But yeah, we are missing Cavani, I mentioned that earlier. And Man United pressing was quite impressive. Yeah, the thing about Daniel James is I don't think he's had the best game, but he'll do his defensive duty. He was on the... Like, I didn't see Chilwell get much of the ball. What the hell was Chilwell done for Chelsea that game? Zakaria and a centre-back should be priority signing. Yeah, I think for me, Jules Koundé, Zakaria and Sancho would be 3 good signings. We missed Pogba and Cavani, absolutely agree. I predicted Greenwood to play striker in today's starting 11 lineup before. I hope Ollie will give him 20 minutes more for the second half. I think if Ollie has to take a player off, I generally take Daniel James off, but he does like Daniel James, I don't think he will. How did McTominay show up? McTominay too many back passes, I do agree. The thing with McTominay is, if you play McTominay in the box-to-box role, he actually plays so well when he makes those runs forward because he's a threat going forward. But defensively, he gets skipped past, and he just does his back passes. I do agree. I don't think McTominay's been great, and I think one of them should go off for Van der Beek in the 60th minute because I think I don't want to draw to Chelsea. I want to beat them. But Ollie's happy to draw these kind of games. We need Sakari. I do agree Sakari could signing. Bring on Martial. I would bring on Martial. Martial swap Haaland plus 45 million. You know what? We could probably get away with that. But Bob won't do that kind of business. Van der Beek would suit this game because we are losing possession so much, and it actually kind of annoys me. And it's really annoying. The minute it's like Van der Beek hasn't been fit, and the minute he's fit, McTominay's fit, so he's not going to play. When it was Matic and Fred, were the only midfielders fit because Van der Beek was injured. And it's really annoying. Van der Beek got injured at his chance to maybe start 2-3 games in a row. Miss Alice, I love you so much. Thank you very much. James has played well. James played a good cross, but I think he's been quite quiet, to be honest. I don't think Ben Chilwell has much to do defensively. I honestly think if we get Sancho, we don't need a striker because we'll have Greenwood, Martial, and even Cavani. You do make a good point. I think right winger is more of a priority than a striker. For me, centre back, right wing, CDM. It's been a 50-50 game. I think it's been a very equal game, but I say Man United, if you had to pick a better team, has been it. But it's definitely a game that's got draw written all over it so far. But McTominay played too many back passes. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. I do agree. I like the box-to-box McTominay, not the defensive McTominay. It has 0-0 written all over it. Ollie's tactics frustrating. It does. It's just like every top six game. Every top six game is kind of like this. The second half will start in about 2 minutes, which is good. But Liverpool, 0-0, had 0-0 written all over it. There was a few chances. Maybe if we took the chances, it would have been 1-0. Arsenal, 0-0. Then we lost to Arsenal, but that had a draw or goal written all over it. Chelsea 0-0, Man City 0-0. With all these 0-0s, we've almost looked like the better team. But then Ollie's been too late with subs or made not the right sub choices. And the game, a draw isn't a bad result against these teams, but the game was definitely taken and we didn't take it. That's my honest opinion. And I think everyone knows we play this counter-attacking thing with Fred, Harry and Lindelof against the top six sides. We keep a lot of clean sheets against the top six sides, but I think we've been worked out. And it's all about, if Bruno makes a moment of magic, we'll be fine. But if Bruno doesn't make a moment of magic today, I don't think we'll get that goal. Or Rashford doesn't have a magic in him. Do you think we'll sign Sancho in the summer? Depends on who leaves. I think we'll sign a centre back, and I think the rest of it really depends on who leaves for me. Because it's the board. They'll make one big signing. Will they make two? Probably not. 0-0 is acceptable for me. 0-0 isn't a bad result. It's a game that you definitely don't want to lose. If we draw, it's like there's no points difference between us and Chelsea. But I'd like to win because I always like to win. And a 0-0 is a boring game, but I'd rather draw than lose. It's a game you definitely don't want to draw. I don't want to lose because it's 6 points. Chelsea bench is scary. They've got Pulisic, Havertz, Abraham, Wine on the bench. Chelsea have a good bench. We have a decent bench, but not much attacking threat. Should we sign Haaland or Sancho? I like Haaland more, but I would go with Sancho because I think he's what we need before we need Haaland. Because I feel like Haaland, again, will he get much service? That's the thing. It's all about the service. We need Haaland because Cavani is aging and could bring back up striker. I keep Cavani for another year and get Haaland the following summer. For me, centre-back, CDM, and right wing is my top 3 priorities, followed by a striker, followed by another creative midfielder. Oh yeah, I think Regan says you think the game will be different with fans there, and I actually agree. I think, especially the Old Trafford games, if fans are there, it just means that the team's going to be less boring. Because I think both teams have been quite reserved, quite boring this game, and I think fans would definitely make a difference. Fred are defensively alright, but their passing is more stale than mouldy bread. Yeah, the passing hasn't been great today. The thing with Bruno is Bruno will lose the ball trying to do a pass that will play a player through on goal. Whereas Fred and McTominay will lose the ball doing a simple pass back to Maguire, and that's what really annoys me. It's like, if you lose the ball and you're going to do a killer pass, fine. But if you lose the ball like that, it does annoy me. We need to win this. We don't want to get into an unnecessary top 4 race. I do agree, especially with getting AC Milan in the Europa League, and I think Ollie will want to focus on both, so it will be hard. What do you think about the board? Shitholes. No, but yeah. No, the board is rubbish. The thing is, we're a good team, but will we ever be a great team with our board? Because they won't get the player. They won't always get the player the manager wants. Imagine if Man City got Messi on a free and Haaland. I'll probably cry. The thing with Man City, they spent up so much money and they're kind of getting away with these sort of rule breaking things. I think it will catch up to them because I feel like there's like rules that you can't spend too much in the summer. 100% Tuchel needs to bring on Werner and Havertz and replace Giroud and Ziyech. To be fair, I think Werner would be more threat. I mean, I think Ziyech's a good player and he's a runner games, but I think Werner would be a more threat than Giroud because there's no pace at the back, and Werner will probably win a penalty. I take 0-0 to be fair. I mean, if we play badly, I'd take a 0-0. But if, you know, when it's a 0-0 but you're a better team, if it was a 0-0 but we were the better team, I'd be a little bit frustrated. The second half is literally about to kick off, by the way. If Matic was younger and he was healthy, he would have been better than Fred. I agree. Matic is 80, which is the same. But yeah, I don't think Fred's an out-and-out CDM, but he can do a job. Chelsea paid the rest. I mean, if any team's going to pay the refs, you think it would be Chelsea and City just because of the money they have. People joke about Man U paying the refs and VAR, but I'm like, do you know the Glazers? Do you know Woodward? They won't pay for anything. They probably like make the football players pay for their food in the canteen, you know, when they were at training. I think Ziyech is a flop. I think it's too early to call with Ziyech. I don't think he's played enough. He's had a few good games when he's played. I think he just needs to run the games. I think it's like calling Van der Beek a flop, but I think Ziyech's had more chance than Van der Beek. Tuchel makes 60-minute tactical changes. Ollie brings on some random players in the 89th minute. That's the difference. Arteta, and we saw it against Arteta in Arsenal, he'll make that tactical change at 0-0, what Ollie doesn't. Ollie doesn't like to change things up. I hate Glazers and Woodward. Firstly, we need new owners who really love the club. I 100% agree. I can't wait till the day it happens. Hopefully, I'll be alive when it happens. Watching the performance so far, a bit frustrating, a bit conservative. I think we've been the better team. But again, I think the game is left to take. I think there's some subs that can be made. But, you know, it's only the first half. I think if we can up the tempo in the second half, it should be fine. But I do think it's been very equal, and it has a draw all over it. A draw will be a fair result, but I do think we've had a little bit more of it. Chelsea's James comes on to strengthen the right side of the offence and defence. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, Rashford could cause choke problems. Good move from Tuchel. Tuchel makes those tactical changes. The second half has kicked off now. Not sure what's happening. Sometimes we got the ball in good positions and players look like they didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, 100% agree. I do see that. I just see like, bang that, take a shot, pass it there, and players don't. How's your day been? My day's been good, actually. I'm a little bit hungover because I had a bit to drink last night. It's a one-off. I haven't drunk in like 2 months, so I've really felt it. But hopefully, if we win, I'll be in a good mood. My day will be good if we win. If we lose, my day won't be good. If we draw, my day will be okay, I'd say. Okay, we're now 46 minutes in, so. I mean, I predicted 1-0 Man United, and I said Bruno penalty. And, you know, it could have been that way, you know, if the Cho thing was given. Who was subbed off for him? It's like Callum Hudson-Odoi being subbed off. It is. What do Chelsea fans, if you're in the chat, what do you think of Callum Hudson-Odoi? Because he's played a lot under Tuchel, but then Tuchel does like to sub him off because he subbed him on, then he subbed him off the other game. So yeah, Chelsea fans, feel free to put your comments on Hudson-Odoi, and let me go back to full screen because I just realised that's probably really annoying for you guys to look at. So I've gone back to full screen. But I don't think Man United have made any changes because if they did, I didn't notice it. But maybe Martial for James would be a good sub, and Donny for one of the midfielders. You know, if Chelsea are pressing us and we look like conceding, I understand keeping McTominay and Fred, but then maybe doing a tactical change to stop them pressing us with Van der Beek. But I do think I'd bring Martial on, and Martial gets a lot of slander by Wood. Mount slips up, Shaw gets the ball. Fred, see these risky passes at the back. I always felt like going to bite us in the arse one day. Greenwood, yeah, we are pressing quite well. They've got to go back to the goalie now. I feel bad for Greenwood. He's given a go in his main position, striker. But you know, in a game like this, he's going to get no service because we never create versus top 6 sides when we play Fred and Lindelof and Maguire. What's the name for Lindelof and Maguire? They've got like a joint name because McTominay and Fred become with Fred. Is there a joint name for Lindelof and Maguire out there? I feel bad for Greenwood because I think he's living off scraps today. And when Greenwood's on the ball, he always looks good in it. He's not. It sounds weird, but when Greenwood's on the ball, he's not a type of player that's going to lose the ball. Hello to Rush Hour. I think, I don't know, like Greenwood's always a player that always like looks good on the ball, I think. We've given the ball to whoever that is. Mount's on the ball. Mount with a great pass to Chilwell, who will want to prove a point because Alonso's kicked him out too. All good save from De Gea. Oh, CX scuffs it. James almost scores. That was close. CX should have scored that. What a good cross from Chilwell. Sloppy defending, but great save from De Gea. Well done from De Gea there. You know, brilliant save. Oh, that was close. I generally thought that was a goal. Because this is the worst time to concede. Well, actually, the worst time to concede is at the 88th minute. But that would have set the tone for the thing. But that's a good save with his feet, De Gea. It could have done better. Good block there. Was that Shaw or Fred with the block? I did say Shaw would want to make a point when it was on the ball, and he did. Oh, wow. Good save from De Gea because he was diving the other way. Shaw gets it away. And then I think Shaw makes the block on. So, well done, De Gea. So that save kept us in the game so far. But that's just a wake-up call. You know, Giroud gave us a wake-up call in the first half. That's our wake-up call in the second half. To just concentrate. It's not like those crosses come in. Because we do concede a lot from wide areas. Whether it be corners and zonal marking, whether it be crossing. And Fred's going to get booked, it looks like. That was great defending by Luke Shaw. Ziyech is poop. I rate Ziyech, but to be honest, what's he done today? What's he done today to say Tuchel play more? What's he done? I hope for Man United because I'm not even a Man United fan. I'm a Bayern Munich and Juventus Turin fan. Juve because of CR7. Fair enough. Supporting United because Ronaldo, basically. Great. It was great defending from Luke Shaw. I think Fred's got a yellow. Well, that foul doesn't look happy with it. Is Mount on yellow? I don't know if Mount's on yellow. But Chelsea have got a free kick and we are 50 minutes into the game. Werner and Havertz playing. I think did Drew come off or not? I have a feeling. No, Werner didn't come on, did he? No, Werner didn't come on. Werner and Havertz aren't playing. When Havertz has barely played, Havertz is generally. I haven't seen Havertz play in a while. What's happened to Havertz? I know he hasn't been great, but like you think maybe Tuchel would give him a run. I think Havertz will be a good signing in the end, or maybe after. I think he'll be a good player. Like he was so good at such a young age that he's having an off season like Greenwood. Chelsea on the ball, moving it around quite well. Kovacic with a good pass, and Reece James just fell over. Not going to complain about that. Reece James is a pretty good, young, well-rounded player. He's not like I think some Chelsea fans overhype him. Like he's not like world-class, but I think he's definitely a good player with potential to be a great player. You know, he's well-rounded. He does the job, in my opinion. Havertz was injured coming back from Corona. Fair enough. Yeah, I was going to say I haven't seen much of Havertz. I know the memes, but what if we sign Werner? I do think Werner's just a player lacking confidence. I think Werner will be a top player. I mean, he showed signs of it. He does everything right, but he doesn't like finish it. And I just think with Werner, he's a confidence player. And I would have loved Werner at Man United. I would have liked Havertz as well, but Werner was a player I would have really liked. And I thought he'd get Golden Boot. He didn't. But I do think that Werner will be a good sign for Chelsea. I don't think he'll be a flop, and I think he's looked better lately. I just think his finishing is off. He needs a bit of confidence. Not used to the league. I guess the way that they play in the Premier League is a little bit too hard for Havertz at the moment in the German Bundesliga. Yeah, the Bundesliga players are struggling to adapt. Rashford's bringing the ball up the pitch. Good pass to James. Do something. What's James with the shot? Gone for a corner. Okay. Werner and Martial on some situation. I agree. The thing is, I thought Martial played really well in the 0-0 versus Sociedad. I just think he didn't get the goal he deserved. And I think there's a lot of games where Martial's finishing is letting down. I think Martial's actually a good finisher, but he's a good finisher when he's scored a few goals. It's like he could miss like 6 sitters in a row, then he could score like 6 baggers. Like Martial is just a confidence momentum player. But we got a corner. Either Bruno or Shaw will take this corner, I believe. Luke Shaw to take the corner, 52.5 minutes in. We haven't really won any corners yet. The Chelsea centre-back seems to be defending the corner as well. But Reece James looks like he's marking Maguire, so I'd expect Maguire to win it if it comes anywhere near him. But I think Chelsea is zonal marking. Then McTominay's on the edge of the box. Is Luke Shaw going to take the corner or? Good corner by Luke Shaw. Again, Chelsea clear it. Chelsea to counter-attack. Yeah. Okay, bad pass by Chelsea. It went to the counter-attack, but we got numbers back. James is on the ball. Luke Shaw's out of position now because he was complete opposite corner of the pitch. He's got one all the way back. See it cuts in. Deflection. You see, you don't want to see it cutting in on his left foot, though. Fred hits it out. Doesn't get it to James. He's passing from Fred being atrocious. I do think you should have got to James. Not James. Yeah, Daniel James, sorry. There's a Daniel James and a Reece James on the pitch. Martial's dribbling underrated. You know what? Martial is really good link-up play with Rashford. Martial is really good at those 1-2s. You know, we see Martial do these 1-2s, but I think sometimes he tries to overplay the 1-2s and we lose the ball in the box. He takes too many touches in the box. But I think he's a great link-up player. I just think he's finishing that. Because I think Martial, on form and confidence, which we saw June, July sort of time, is top class. But he's just such an on-form and confidence player. When he's not happy, when he's not confident, when he's not on form, he's not good. But when he is, he just got so many aspects right. Great ball from Bruno. Can he play James in? Chelsea do a bit. See, that's what Bruno does. He gets on the ball and he can just do passes like that. And, you know, Chelsea defended it well, but he could cause a mistake. I think Chilwell as a player is going to want to press today. I would have preferred Alonso to play in this game. I know Alonso offers more going forward than Chilwell, but I think Alonso would get out of position and actually let Dan James have the space to run in. I do think Chilwell's doing a good job of just making sure Dan James is good. Chelsea on the attack now. Chelsea do look a little bit dangerous. Chelsea have looked the more dangerous in the second half. Corner to Chelsea. Get Mata on for Fred. I think Mata's injured. I'd get Donny on for Fred. Rip Glenn Roeder. Well, rest in peace, Glenn Roeder. I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is? But rest in peace. I'm so thirsty, but I've only got that much water till the end of the stream. And we've got a good 35 minutes to go. Corner, zonal marking. Man United don't do what you normally do. Giroud looks okay. They've gone short. Reece James. Oh, good. No, it's not a good cross. Crap cross from Reece James. Hello to Jean Nam, I'm going to say. That's how you pronounce it. Join the scene. And sub to Dan ASAP, says A said Azo. I really hope Ollie makes subs earlier, but usually he makes subs in the 88th minute. He does. I think Ollie should make subs in the next 10 minutes. I really think he should bring Manderbeek on the next 10 minutes and Martial. But he won't because he likes the way he's going. He likes these 0-0s and these draws against the traditional top six sides because he doesn't like to lose. He plays not to lose against his side. Very counter-attacking. Very boring in my opinion. So if it's a 0-0, I'll do a live right after this match talking about it. Well, like 10 minutes after because I've got to make a thumbnail, write a bio, get some water, write some notes. If it's a 0-0, I'll do a live stream after this. If it turns into an interesting game like a 2-0, I'll do my normal 5 things to expect. But good ball into James. James is through. I think he's offside, but yeah, he's offside. That won't happen, unfortunately. Ollie, I doubt Ollie will. If Ollie makes subs in the next 10 minutes, I'll applaud him, you know, but he won't. Is anyone even warming up yet? I haven't seen anyone warm up. So, Ollie probably likes how this game's going, and I'm just bored. Like, it's just boring. I mean, Chelsea, I think, have started the second half better. Like, we ended the first half much better. Also, Bruno hasn't got the ball much, and it's not his fault. Bruno does get the ball. He likes to make things happen. Luke Shaw out of position. Fred tracking back on that. Fred is on a yellow, so he's got to be careful. I think maybe take Fred off for Donny because he's on a yellow as well. Good ball with Chilwell. Chilwell is a player that's going to obviously want to play well today. Well, I mean, they all will, but 0-0, like Hub Stevens always says, the nil has to stand. Yeah, I think Ollie's going for a clean sheet this game, so he can say, "Oh, Victor and Harry got another clean sheet. They're a good partnership. They've got another clean sheet. Clean sheet against Liverpool. Clean sheet against City." Some crap like that, and it's just like, if Bailly plays, it actually makes a difference to our attack because we can actually have the midfielders higher at the pitch. Oh, James with a good cross. Luke Shaw hits out. Did that hit Luke Shaw's arm? They're not protesting, so I don't think it has. James could not beat Chilwell. I'd suggest a sort of Rashford. I'd take James off. I put Greenwood on the right because I think Greenwood's better at like that skill kind of thing. and I put Martial up top. I mean, Cavani I think will be good for this game because Cavani's a player with the little service that he gets will do something. And because we haven't really won any headers, and we put a few good corners and crosses in, and Chelsea are winning the headers, I think Cavani would suit this game. Shame he's not fit. I think Donny would suit the midfield right now because we're not keeping the ball well. Chelsea dominating possession. I think Donny would keep the ball well. I would love Donny for Fred. I think maybe because of the yellow card, I'd probably put Donny on for Fred and keep McTominay just for the physical aspect. But then Kante and Kovacic are very like running mobile midfield. So then do you want Fred? Kante with the shot gets deflected, ball gets blocked. Fred kicks it out to Wan-Bissaka. What you did, Wan-Bissaka's on the thing. James Connolly. Man United will want to keep that unbeaten run going, but should play to win Chelsea there for the taking. Yeah, but our unbeaten run only isn't that long ago. We lost to Sheffield United, but I do think the game is there for the taking. The Chelsea never really looked like scoring. I've watched a lot of Chelsea play lately. Why is Bruno screaming? Bruno's getting really angry. Martial looks like he's warming up though, which is a good sign. I bet you we'll take Greenwood off for Martial, but I do think Greenwood probably suits game better. Fernandes gets the ball. Rest play on. Fernandes fouled. Greenwood on the ball. Good pass to James. Greenwood. Just over. Another day Greenwood have finished that. Greenwood's finishing, I think it's just confidence. Greenwood's a great finisher, but you know what? He did well there, to be fair, in the angle, to be fair to Greenwood. But with Greenwood, you just always expect him to hit the target. That's close, though. That is close. OMG. I meant unbeaten run away from... Oh, yeah, that is a good point. Imagine if we went a whole season without losing away in the league. I know we've got City next week who've won 20 in a row. But I'd love that. You know, that'd be good. I'd go on like an unbeaten away run. That'd be an achievement. Because all he's set a lot of records that, you know, aren't good records to set at the club as a manager. But he's also set some good records, like 9-0 win. Oh, good pass. Luke Shaw, pass it to Fred. Don't shoot, Fred. Fred's still got the ball. He got a bit lucky there. Chelsea will run back. Great. Luke Shaw across. Oh, what a cross from Luke Shaw. McTominay. Oh, great save from Mendy. Goes out for a corner. See, we've done the most this game. So close. Love the last 2 minutes. Alice, if you could sign Koundé, who would you? If you can't sign Koundé, who would you sign? I don't know. I'd like Varane, but I don't think it's realistic. So many players like Alaba. That's the thing. I mean, you could. I don't know because do you think Premier League centre backs? Obviously, like they're not realistic. The ones that you want, like Diaz and that. That's what I'd sign. I think we've got a free kick though. We've looked quite close to scoring a few times. Like we definitely had the better chances. I mean, Ziyech could have scored. Giroud had a good chance, but like I feel like other than that, we've done a little bit more than chance this game. Chilwell is booked now though, which means you know he has to be a bit more careful against Dan James and Greenwood. Bruno looks like he's going to put the cross in. There's a lot of players on the top of the box. Maybe Bruno could pass it to them. You've got to take our chances this game because I don't think we're going to have a lot of chances like we had a minute ago. I think this game we really have to take our chances. You know, Greenwood came close, he made a few shots. Luke Shaw put a brilliant cross in, no one was there. Luke Shaw again. Luke Shaw's crossing is brilliant at the moment. But Chelsea win every header. You need to go for the ground crossing. Fernandes with a great cross. Maguire was there. Rashford shoot. Oh. Rashford shots, Mendy saves. David Alaba shout. Oli said Man U got to win the league soon enough. He said he can't go 30 years without winning a title like Liverpool. I agree with him. The thing is, Oli will want to win the league. We want to win the league. But we're just the Man City owners and the Chelsea owners have league winning mentality. Our owners, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson is like one of the only managers in the world that could win the league of our owners. I think in 9 years, Sir Alex Ferguson actually had a net spend that was minus and won like 6 league titles in those 9 years. I saw that stat somewhere. I wanted to learn that. But Chelsea on the run. Mount's making a great run. Mount cuts in. Good block by Maguire, I think. That was so close. Handball by Chilwell, I think there. Let me have a look at this and I'll read the comments. But that was a great run by Mount. Mount has been Chelsea's best player today, in my opinion. He's looked the most dangerous. I mean, he almost ruins McTominay there. See it, gets the ball, good pass. Oh, hit his arm as well. Yeah. Mikate or Klosterman in the Bundesliga aren't bad options. Yeah, people do talk about Klosterman a lot. People say he's a good player. I haven't seen him play much. Man United should have had a penalty. I do. The more I look at it, I just think the decisions VAR have given, like in the rule book, that is a penalty. You know, with VAR these days. If we see buy, I'd actually sign them both. Yeah. Whereas I wouldn't sell buy. I know he's got a bad injury record, but buying Kunde would be a 6 and I've got to play him. Kante, do you play well? Not like 30s. Oh, James has got the ball. Heads it to Greenwood. He looks like he's going to get tackled. See, Chelsea, like, we can't think about the counter-attack in Chelsea, they all get in position so quickly. Fernandes, the ball in good position, plays it to Greenwood. But see, every time the ball's in the air in the box, the Chelsea centre-backs win it. Like, the Chelsea centre-backs have played really well today. They play much better for him. McTominay with the shot, again blocked. This is Cavani with a suit this game. Can't win anything in the air at the moment. Wan-Bissaka. McTominay to Fred. Passing it backwards now. Oh, no, good crap pass to Rashford and Fred. I think Man United will finish second and have a good chance to win the Europa League. Second place and the Europa League would be good. Bet that'd be Chelsea making subs. Yeah, Pulisic is coming on. Julian Beach just said that. So 64 minutes in. We've looked the better team the last 10 minutes. We look like scoring. The game is there for the taking, but Ollie's not going to make a sub. He's not going to make a sub, and I think Ollie should make a sub, but he won't. And that is annoying. But Pulisic is on. Time for us to change too. I think we should have put Martial on them. So if Chelsea win that game and it's something to do with Pulisic, it just shows the importance of subs. And I think in the Arsenal game, we went in 0-0 to Arsenal at half-time. I thought we were going to win this game. Arsenal been crap. They put on William, funny enough, who has been their shit player that's actually just got a few assists lately. And the second half was much more even between Man U and Arsenal because Arteta made a tactical change. And Ollie against the top 6, he goes with the same team, he doesn't change it and he doesn't make subs. McTominay loses the ball in a stupid position, trying to take on his man. This game needs a moment of magic from someone. It literally needs that Pogba moment of magic, that Bruno moment of magic, the Rashford moment of magic. I absolutely agree. Just when someone like Maguire does a moment of magic, imagine. We've got 30 people viewing, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Chelsea got a bit of the ball. We are 66 minutes in. I think one goal wins it. Looks like the way. It's 0-0 or 1-0 written all over it. I think Man U been slightly better, but I think a fair score is a draw because I don't think Man United have been significantly better. I don't think they've created significantly more. This game has 0-0 or 1-0 run over. AC Milan, guess you mean AC Ibrahimovic. He's been. I can't believe Ibrahimovic is 39 and he's still just. I mean, he's so good for his age. It's weird to see that some players just lose it at 30 and some players like Ibra can play to like 39. Luke Shaw's got the ball. Rashford. I think we need to get Fernandes on the ball. I would bring Donny on, but you won't. I'd bring Martial on as well. Wan-Bissaka gets it to Fernandes, who falls over. Lindelof and Maguire just playing around at the back. Probably going to do something silly. Luke Shaw gives it to Greenwood's not getting much of the ball. He's out of position. Now we're in the attack. Greenwood's not going to be there. Luke Shaw's just running. Gives it to Rashford. I don't know, try and win a penalty or something, Rashford. Luke Shaw. Fred, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Fred, shoot! It was close to be fair. Don't like Fred shooting though because he just never hits the target. No, Ollie looks so happy that Fred got a shot on target. Did that shot hit the target? Did Mendy save it? I hate it. I just, whenever Fred gets the ball, I'm like, don't shoot because he just doesn't score a lot. No, you know what? It was a good shot to be fair from Fred. But couldn't get it in. Ibrahimovic is a machine like CR7. He is. Ibrahimovic and CR7 are machines. So I think it's a goal kick. I just think the game is there for the I think United could get 3 points if they made a change. Bruno on the ball. I mean, people say Bruno's been a ghost today, but he's not had much service. But I think when Bruno's had the ball, he's looked like he wants to make something happen. Wan-Bissaka falling over. Got a throw on though. Yeah, Fred's shot was near the goal to be fair. It was actually. Wan-Bissaka with the throw. Man Utd team most likely to score means to be clinical. See, the Liverpool game, if we were clinical, the chances we could have won 1-0. The Chelsea game, when it was 0-0, I think we could have won 1-0, but Mendy had a really good game. And this is a game where I think you take our chance, we could have won 1-0, but then Chelsea could say the same. If Ziyech scored that chance, it could be 1-0 then. But I don't think Chelsea had done much, actually, since the first 5 minutes of the second half, I must say. Wan-Bissaka's on the ball. Plays it to James. James makes a run. He's running into traffic, though. And he loses it. Just saw that coming. The thing about James is he loses the ball, he gets up, tries to win that, and gives away a foul. Idiot. Man Utd was like to score, we're just not clinical enough at all. Look, it's set again. It's we're approaching the 70th minute. Where are the subs, Ollie? The thing that frustrates me, and this really frustrates me, is now every time we play the big six, we put up this McFred, Maguire, Lindelof lineup, and we've not got open play goals, and we've played defensive, we've played counter attacking. And we're not getting 3 points against any of these teams. So Ollie, have you worked out that maybe Fred isn't away? I get like maybe put Donny on, maybe change it up, but don't give Donny 5 minutes, give Donny 20 minutes and change it up, because we don't beat the traditional big six and we play the same lineup every time. Surely it's not a coincidence. We're good enough to beat them. Yeah, we don't take our chances, but I just think you have to change it up. You've got to play Bailly next time. You've got to maybe try Van der Beek. You brought Van der Beek for 30 million. Mount on the ball. Greenwood sort of doesn't foul him, but does foul him. Great interception by Wan-Bissaka. Gets it to James. James is going to run into traffic here, but he's going to use his pace. Maybe stretch the defence. What's James? James nearly gets it to Fernandes, to be fair. The thing about James is when he loses the ball, he just wants to get it back, but almost gives away a foul again. I think Werner is what Chelsea should do. Go for the through ball. Oh, Luke Shaw's giving it away stupidly. The thing is, you can see now, I just think that's it. I think it's going to be 1-0 or 0-0. We've had our little spell. We're probably going to give Chelsea a little spell. We are over 70 minutes in, and Ollie has not made a change, and he's gone with the same lineup that's not scored an open play goal against the top six in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. This is 7, 8 games. 8 games with McFred and Lindelof and Maguire against top 6 teams and not an open play goal. They always say, oh, Bruno hasn't got an open play goal contribution, but no one has. It's not just Bruno. I captained Bruno on FPL, which is probably stupid because I did see it's coming. Martial is coming on though, which is good. I think I put him on for James. I mean, Chelsea haven't conceded much, but I just think get Donny on. Give Donny 20 minutes because we've played McTominay Fred against every top 6 side and we're not won. Why don't we play Donny? I guess you don't want to lose this game. And in terms of top 4, a draw's not a bad result, but we still got City and Liverpool to play, which we could lose. Martial coming on, do you think it's right sub? Yeah, to be fair. I don't think this game suits Daniel James. I think Chilwell now on a yellow, though. It's just I just hope there's a goal in it. I really do. I can't sit through them. I hate 0-0s. It's like these. I think we just need fans in football. I feel like teams wouldn't play this good. Fernandes almost plays Rustin. This is a game that needs the fans. I generally just scream for fans this game, which is annoying. Chelsea's defence has improved. I also think playing 3 centre-backs at the back suits Chelsea because the defence is quite weak. The only thing is, the thing with 3 centre-backs is you've got to have 3 fit centre-backs, and they do have the centre-back depth for it. We need to beat these melters if we're going to remain second in the league. I do agree. I know Leicester have dropped points, but we've not beaten a top 6 side this season. We even drew to Leicester. We haven't beaten traditional top 6 sides, and it will just be another 0-0. Imagine 0-0 Arsenal, 0-0 Chelsea, 0-0 Man City, 0-0 Liverpool, 1-0 Arsenal, and this could be a 0-0. And for the team that scored the most goals in the league, we know that we're capable of scoring goals if we play on the front foot. We know we can see because Lindelof and Maguire crap together, but we know we're capable of scoring goals on the front foot. So why don't we just be you know what? If we win, we're in a really strong place for top 4. Let's take a risk. You know, Chelsea don't look that much of a threat. Let's put Donny on and let's go for it and take the undertaking. We need subs, bring Donny and Ahmed on. I guess I'd make, like, if we went a goal down, I'd bring Ahmed on as well, to be fair. But yeah, definitely bring Donny on, and I think bring Martial on. So yeah, with a good pass to Kovacic, good save from De Gea. De Gea's had a decent game. I think he's made one good save, and he's made saves you'd expect him to make, but, you know, if that was Kepa, he could have not saved that. So much like 0-0, 1-0 like Syria. It's just... We've got... Ollie, make a change! Bloody hell. I'm actually... Like, why is the subs? You're going to give them 15 minutes again. It just frustrates me with Ollie. I just don't feel like he learns sometimes. I don't feel like Ollie learns. Just not making subs, playing in with Maguire again, playing the same lineup against the top 6, which doesn't work, just doesn't score goals. I will look at my chat in a sec. Chelsea on the attack. James passes it to Kovacic. Wan-Bissaka to block the cross. Maguire clears, falls to Ziyech. Has Bellaqueta. To hair saves. Have you heard of Terry Fleurs? He's a Man U and he's on the Football Terrace YouTube channel. No, I've heard of him. He's DM'd me on Twitter before about getting on the channel. We've actually organised it. But I know the guy. I've watched some of his videos. No, Terry Fleurs is in like some YouTuber called Football Terrace. Not John Terry. Imagine John Terry of a YouTube channel like reacting to games, like doing watch-alongs. That'd be quite fun to watch. Okay, Ollie does need to make subs. Oh, just annoys me. Yeah, I think he is afraid to make subs, Mikey. Because I think Ollie will be happy with the draw and 0-0. And the thing is, I look at this game like, yeah, draw isn't bad, but it's just the principle of 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, same tactics, same no subs against top 6 sides. Is Ollie actually happy with the way things are going where the rest of us isn't working? He just seems... Ollie just plays... I think with these teams, Ollie just plays not to lose rather than to win it. It does frustrate me. James has got the ball. He's got about 50 defenders around him. Puts a cross in, Mendy gets it. Mendy spills, Mendy gets it. That would... Oh, it's a prime example of... You've got to make some mistakes. Maybe that was a half chance there for Greenwood to maybe get something. To be fair, it was a decent cross from James. I think Mendy was always going to get it, but he spills it. And another day, someone would have been there to tap it in. But 75 minutes in, where like Ollie, make a sub. Like Martial, I'm sorry, like, I love Dan James. He works harder than Martial. He's been playing better than Martial. But quality on paper, Martial was more likely to get you a goal than Dan James. I mean, I don't think Greenwood's having a great game, so maybe take off Greenwood. But I just think Greenwood's the type of player that a team like Chelsea, Greenwood can make something out of nothing. Like Greenwood's type, like, do you know what I mean? Like Dan James, I think needs space. Pulisic just basically skin Lindelof, putting cross, but Maguire deals with that easily. McTominay clears, goes to Greenwood, he plays it to James, actually good ball, gets it to Fernandes. James fouled. Fernandes does a good ball to Rashford. Defender deals with it. Saw what Fernandes was trying to do, but didn't quite put it off. See, this is what Tomlai is injured. Fucking Vanderbeek comes on as a full sub. It's James. He was injured last game. So if he's actually got a long-term injury, it's on Ollie for not making the subs. I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow, though, to try and stop the counter. I think Kovacic has got to get a yellow for that. Ow, ow. Okay, that looks painful on James. You've got to get Martial on for James now. But yeah, Kovacic, that's a blatant yellow for me. Werner's on. See, Chelsea made another sub. Where are our subs? You know, if Chelsea win this, it'll probably be down to the subs. Like Ollie, Tuchel, top manager, subs. Arteta. Like, I think Ole Solskjaer is a good manager, but in-game his decisions and the fact that he hasn't seen that Bailly is our best centre-back. Just frustrating. He's actually took Greenwood off for Martial when James is limping off injured. So he'll probably bring James off for like another midfielder and go for the 0-0. Why is Greenwood coming off if James is hobbling off the pitch? It should be James. Now James is hobbling. He makes the sub. Should have made it the sub 10 minutes earlier, but Greenwood's more likely to do something than James in this game. 1. 2, James looks injured. That tackle was nasty. And if James is injured, I guess we can bring Diallo on, but it's just not the... Martial's got a good record, though. I do think Martial should have started this game. I 100% think he does. And I think Martial's annoyed that he's only got 10 minutes. But I do think Mason Greenwood offers more than Dan James. I'm not a Dan James hater. I love Dan James. He's a great player, great professional. Maybe he's kept Dan James on for that defensive duty. He gives more cover. I think maybe that's why. I thought Maguire stuck his finger up at the ref for a second, but he didn't. Maguire doesn't look happy about that. Maybe Dan James is because he'll run back. Did he foul Pulisic there? Did look like a dive. Put your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. I'm going to have a quick look at what Twitter's saying because I'm bored. Yeah, people just talking about the De Gea save. Ollie were late with the subs. We'd be 1-0 up if the referee could see that Cho had basically hit the ball again. No subs, we need to freshen up. Blah, 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 blah. That's basically what everyone's saying. Which is true. I do think the more I look at it and the more that I'm reading what neutrals are saying, it's in the law that is a penalty. And people call us Penchester and Barchester United, but lately, like, West Bromwell should have been disallowed. We've had some goals disallowed. We're on the counter attack though. It's Fred though. I thought that was Rashford. No worries. See, Chelsea just defended well. This game sucks. It does suck. This could be my second watch along I've ever done on the channel and my second 0-0 game that sucks. I did say in my preview it's going to be 0-0 or 1-0. Now, I'd much rather it be 0-0, Man Utd Chelsea, than 1-0 Chelsea. 100%. 100%. But this game has, you know, if a team scores now, they'll win. I still think you've got Van der Beek on the bench. You've played Matchweek, Fred, and I said this time and time again, you've played Matchweek, Fred, against every sort of big six, traditional six side, and we've not scored an open play goal. Bruno can't get on the ball. The attack's being started. Why don't you try something different? Why don't you take a risk, Ollie? And he doesn't. And I just think, fine, if there was no one on the bench, I'd understand. But when you've got a player like Van der Beek on the bench that's playing in Champions League semi-finals, it just frustrates me. But Van der Beek's not even warming up. I'm pretty sure that Martial will be his only sub this game. And then if we go a goal down in the 88th minute, it's like, oh, Van der Beek, maybe come on for 2 minutes. I'm like, what difference can I make then? You know, and everyone says Ollie was such a great sub himself, but it's subs choices. This game is just a choice, and it's just a boring game. And I want to win this game, and I don't want to lose, but I'm just like, same tactics. We always play against the top six. Literally, I feel bad for Donny. He might as well not even go to training. Generally, just what has he got to do to get a game? And the one time that like McTominay's injured, but Donny could play, Donny's injured. It's just like not going his way. And the good thing is, when Donny's playing, it's not been bad. Like I had that one average game against, was it West Ham? But in the 6 row, he's done a good job. Luke Shaw's getting ready to take a throw in. Fernandez with a weird clearance, but I guess we get a goal kick for it. Hello to Fint YouTube. But yeah, slap a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and all of that stuff. It will be much appreciated. We are on the road to 12k subscribers. We are nearly 82 minutes in. Same old, what we all thought was going to happen. Like, I think we're playing not to concede. I think we're not taking a risk again. It's the same old stuff from United. Luke Shaw on the ball, gets it to Martial. Pulisic on the run. That's not a foul on Pulisic. Yeah, good. Thought ref was going to play. Mount, Chilwell. Chelsea played it to Kante again, but Chelsea don't look like creating clear-cut chances. Played it to Chilwell, is that? Kante. Chelsea passing it back. I'm just banging my bottle because I'm bored. Do something. Well, don't concede, I guess. 0-0 better than a 1-0 loss. But I hate 0-0s. Oh, it's just Bruno penalty. Last kick of the game. Okay? Bruno penalty, last kick of the game, guys. What are you saying? That would cause some rages. Good cross by Chelsea. James giving the good delivery. "10 minutes left. What exactly would you do if you're Ollie?" I'll put Van der Beek on for, I'd say Fred, just because he's on yellow. And I'd probably take the risk. I'd probably even consider putting Bailly on for Lindelof, just so we can deal with the balls into the box better and play a high line. Very close for Chelsea though. Tuchel's a very emotional manager. You can tell, like, he's not happy. Do you know what? I think the chances have been quite spread. I guess like Chelsea have had a few opportunities as well. But this is where we're going to struggle playing from the back, keeping possession here. Like, see, McTominay, we can't get the ball from midfield to attack. So it's like the line, there's McFred and then there's Bruno, but there's so much space in between because of how deep McFred are. And because we're playing out from the back, we just can't get the ball from McFred to Bruno because then they don't have the passing capabilities of doing it. The only way we get the ball out from the back is the occasional pass, but it's just Luke Shaw driving up. McTominay tries again, Kante intercepts. I see this game 0-0 or 1-0. Like, someone could nick it. Werner's making a good run. Straight to Hale. Yeah, this game has a draw written all over it. But yeah, I'll probably do a live for the City game as well this week. Which City game could be a 0? I think we'll lose 1-0 to City. I was asked to make a prediction right now. I don't think we'll score against City because I think we'll play this exact 11 versus Manchester City and we'll have the exact same problem. And I love Ollie, but it frustrates me because we see the same problem over and over again. Lindelof and Maguire being liabilities. McFred doesn't work. That you don't score with McFred. So yeah, we've got 35 people watching. We're 85 minutes in, and yeah, the game has been pretty shit. Just put your thoughts in. And have a look at the Twitter, see what anyone's saying, any updates. But again, yeah, I just don't know what the thing. I'm just frustrated because Ollie's just not trying to win the game. We are literally playing we're playing Jose Mourinho-esque. I feel bad for Bruno as well because the players behind him just don't have the capability to get the ball to Bruno. Great weekend ahead. Bye from in. I'm assuming you should say that. Probably, yeah, City is 0-0, 1-0 over it. Alice come to India someday. Yeah, I put India as a country. That'd be quite cool to visit, to be fair. Never been there, but it's one of those countries that'd be cool to visit. Chelsea got Liverpool next week, to be fair. But Tom and I, Ollie, just put Donny on. Just put Donny on. You might as well. There's just like change something. If we've not scored for 86 minutes with the same system, do you think we're going to make up a goal all of a sudden in 4 minutes? This is now when I really wish we got that penalty. Because the game has gone exactly how I thought it would go. Exactly how I thought it would go. Luke Shaw on the ball. Luke Shaw's had a decent game. Puts a good ball into Martial. Gets tackled. Right on. But yeah, 86 minutes. Luke Shaw's been good today. I'd say he's looked threat driving. Rashford's had an average game, but I don't think it's really his fault. He's not had much of the ball. Bruno average game, but I don't think it's his fault. You know, I don't think we've been bad, but everyone's just been average. Corner, no, goal kick, brilliant. I don't think Fred's had a good game. It's just that Ollie's you're sitting there with your arms crossed, but Ollie's the only person has the power to change this. And it's like, if this was the first time this had happened, fine, but it's just the same pattern. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, same pattern, again and again and again. So that's why it frustrates me. Good tackle from Maguire on Pulisic. What's happened to Pulisic? He was actually looked really good just after lockdown, and this season he's crap. Dan James had the best season of Pulisic. Pulisic fouls Maguire. Maguire says the game down. I feel so bad for Donny. He was so good at Ajax, and even when our midfield is being staled on. That's the thing. If our midfield was playing amazing, which they're not, I'd understand. Like, I have no problem with Donny being on the bench if we're winning games. But when you're not winning, you're 0-0 in a game. When you're not keeping possession, and the game you could actually take for the taking, why don't you bring Donny on with at least 20 minutes to go? Looks like the same score as it would be United. Yeah, it generally is a repeat of United, Chelsea, Old Trafford. The only thing is that I think we were better at the Old Trafford game because I think we deserved the 1-0 win. Whereas here, I think a draw is a fair score because I think Chelsea have created more this game than they did last game. But again, like, it's just frustrating because it's all what we expected to see, and Ollie just the same thing and doesn't change it. Stupid foul getting away by Luke Shaw. Everyone on Twitter's frustrated because we're just going into the 90th minute and it's just, as every minute goes by, nothing changes. Nothing changes. I'm just fed up of it. So yeah, you just hope there's a goal in there. I haven't witnessed a single goal in my 2 watch-alongs I've done. It's 180 minutes of football without a goal at the moment. Yeah, people are just saying on Twitter, blow the whistle and give us the point. Like, what's the point in playing the game? We just know where it's going. So frustrated with today's game. Same here. Chelsea with a last-minute cross. So we're the 89th minute now, and it's just been the same since minute 1. Good ball from Fred though. McTominay's up the pitch. Crap pass, McTominay. That's when you want Bruno there. Now they're back. Now Bruno's there. James. What the fuck? Was Luke Shaw offside or? That was such a good attack and we wasted it. Seeing as this is the type of game where if we're going to have chances and half opportunities, you have to take it. And we don't. I'm back, had to leave somewhere, I'm on my phone. We just completely, 89 minutes in, we completely wasted opportunity. A bit of misunderstanding with James and Luke Shaw, and maybe McTominay could have put a better ball in. McTominay does his best work up the pitch. Good pass from Fred. Brilliant pass from Fred there. In fairness to Fred. McTominay could have maybe done better with the pass. Man United's next game was to Crystal Palace. I hope that will be a good game with goals. Yeah. So I hope he doesn't play Maguire and Lindelof versus Crystal Palace. It's a Crystal Palace game on Wednesday. How to look after a bad game. 0-0. 3 minutes of added time. You might as well add, if you added on 20 minutes, I think it'd still be 0-0. This is just, all we got to do now is, I'm at the point where I'm like, take a 0-0. Like, it's our own fault. Ollie wants a 0-0. We just don't concede to Chelsea. And it's just frustrating. I'm not going to do I'm going to do a live stream. So I'll have a 10-minute break after this. And then I'll do my instant post-match reaction. But I'll take a 10-minute break, set my thumbnail up, and I'll do my 5 things we learned after this video. But I'm just going to do it live. Because I just think if it's a 0-0, there's no point me filming it and getting up an hour later. Because in an hour's time, we want to forget about the game. It's just crap. I mean, look, we've got 2 minutes to go. I mean, I don't like, Martial's barely touched the ball. I just think Fred versus the top 6 is the bane of my life right now. I absolutely hate seeing Fred versus the top 6. We've had a few opportunities that we've wasted. That counter-attacking one, maybe could have finished it. Maybe Cavani would have suited this game. But at the end of the day, I do think, I think we could have won if Ollie approached it with a different mindset. It's the same old tactics from Ollie. And it's very frustrating. I don't get why Lindelof plays so much. He just likes Lindelof. Lindelof is his teacher's pet. But Wednesday, 8:15 kickoff. Well, I'll be going live probably for the Crystal Palace game Wednesday, which hopefully has some goals in it. The top scorer is in the league, but we can't score against Chelsea. 2 wins from our last 7 league matches, not good. We've dropped off massively, and we could have been in the title race. We should have 5 more points from Sheffield United and West Brom. That was a disgrace. Just 1 minute left. Chelsea one last shot. Okay, we want to score now. This is when you don't want to concede. Okay, we got one last. The game ends in a minute. We got one last chance. So I'm not going to look at the chat in case something happens, but I don't think it will. Oh wow, crap pass! What a surprise! Giving it away. What a surprise! Well done, Wan-Bissaka winning it back. Luke Shaw. I like it when Luke Shaw gets on the ball. Rashford's going to be offside. Just feed it. Bruno on the ball. Bruno. Fred, don't shoot. Don't shoot. Why is Fred shooting? You're the worst shooter at the club. You could have done something so much better. To be fair, Mendy spilled it. Maybe Rashford could have got on it. But this game is just, yeah. Fernandes is on the ball. Can we make something happen in the last dying seconds? anyone's going to make something happen, you know it's Bruno. He's going to blow the whistle now. Watch it. We've got the ball in the attack. He's going to blow the whistle. Yeah. 0-0. That's it. What game? What a shit game. But what did I say before the game? What did you guys say before the game? You know, crap game. Let me read some of your comments, and then I'll have a 10-minute break, and then I'll be live for a match reaction. But crap game. 2 wins from my last 7 league games. Well, congrats, Ollie. You got what you wanted. Ollie's probably the happiest person right now. Maguire and Lindelof have got a clean sheet, so we can prove this point about Maguire and Lindelof. I think we were a bit unlucky with VAR. I think maybe we could have got a penalty and won 1-0. But it's still, again, not creating against the top 6 sides, not making any substitutions till late, and only 1 substitution when you have Donny on the bench. And another 0-0. Another bloody 0-0. It's just, it's not good enough for Molly. You know, he's happy, he's smiling, and we didn't lose the game, so I can't be angry, but I'm frustrated because it's just another 0-0. It just doesn't seem to change. I'm sorry, Alice. Hopefully next stream there will be a goal. And no, I've done 2 watch longs now, and I haven't got to react to a goal. Even us conceding, which to be honest is a problem. 2 clean sheets in a row. Bye for now, Ollie and Ollie. I'm Ollie, and I just don't like how he plays against the top 6, you know. All right, so I'm going to take a 10-minute break, get some water, write down some notes, and I'll be live for my reaction on the Alice Talks Football channel in 10 minutes. So hit that like button down below, share this video with friends, let me know your thoughts, and yeah. I'll see you next time. But Fred weren't great today, I do admit. Only 1 substitution. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to cover a lot of what you guys are saying in the comment section in my match reaction. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.